everybody, and welcome to another episode of... What are we? The Jumper Pass. See what they've done to me? They've
forgotten where you are, mate.
These people. What an episode we got today. First of all, we've got SEN's very own Paolo.
Hello.
He's back.
Hello.
He couldn't keep away.
No, good to be back.
Got the badge on his chest
Bloody
as
oath.
well.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the badge.
Absolutely. Yeah. I thought I'd represent why I went over to London.
You did, yeah, you did.
So
I think you might talk about a few of those
no,
things.
absolutely.
Share some
Absolutely,
stories.
I will. No, absolutely. Oh, plenty of stories.
I bet.
Yeah.
Plenty of stories, sir. No, it was, amazing experience.
Oh.
I cannot highly recommend it enough.
Yes. Did you go to the darts?
Yeah.
Oh, good, yeah. So
The darts are amazing, mate.
I can
Oh,
imagine.
Footage looked insane.
what an event.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible. I'm pretty jaded from it. Like 2 weeks of just full on.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of
You're
work.
out, you're drinking.
Oh, like you're trying to get
eating.
as much as you can in that 2
Yeah,
weeks.
it's probably better that way, to be honest.
Yeah.
So it's good to be back in good company.
Good.
Very
Yeah,
good
so
company.
we have-
the best company.
The Presidente. As everyone saw, we had to
Welcome,
pull
sir.
him in here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, when times are tough, mate.
we had to bring.
Gotta dig deep.
We have to bring in the big dogs,
Yeah.
the breed dogs. So let's start this. We thought we're gonna dissect what's happened so far, see what happens in the next 12 weeks,
Yep.
and we'll see if we can work something out. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we'll see what we can do here. We're gonna get some coffee straight away.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
must.
I forgot about that.
It's a must.
I've been sucking it down like no tomorrow, mate. I know. I'm not going to ask you, because you know.
Yeah, I know.
Yo! Yes! Yep, limousine was at the front, yeah. Yeah, the Presidente's here.
Red carpet.
Yeah.
Red carpet with it.
Yeah, number one on the number plate, yeah. Yeah, all right. Let's get some coffees. Yeah, get the good cups, huh? Get the ones in the chandelier ones. Presidente here. All right, and we'll get some. Let's get some food from like his kind of. What do we say? Origin.
Yeah.
Yeah, origin.
Potentially.
All right, we'll
Yeah.
do that. All right, done. Thank you.
His type of vibe.
Type of vibe.
Type of vibe.
You like some special food?
Yeah, we got some special food for you.
Oh.
Look at this.
Oh,
And
wow.
our loyal.
Mashallah.
Oi.
That's the
Mate,
lot.
what's going on with the pastries, mate?
We've got the
Thank you,
pastries.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you to
Here's-
Dylan.
hey, let's say thanks to the star last
Thank you,
week.
Dylan.
You.
Oh, yes, the star
Great
from last
stuff.
week, mate.
Well
stuff
done
last
last
week,
week.
yes.
Well done.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
And well done to Jad, by the way.
Jad,
And
another
to
star.
Alex
Revelation.
Marcoux and Peter Brown, who
come in.
stood
We
in
could have found another star there.
Yeah, I think a star was born last
Yeah.
week. Yeah.
Oh, he was slowly growing. He was.
Yeah. He's
in the
absolutely-
fan cams. He
Stood
comes
in.
on. He's very. He brings a different perspective, and we had a lot of comments saying that he thinks exactly what they think. Like a lot of
Like that.
He's sort of a age and era. So that
Well,
was good. So we got what's this?
Za'atar.
Zatara.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
And the meat pieces.
Same.
Yeah.
And this one here.
What have you got there, by the way? You've got
Baklava,
Is that-
but we got the
what do you call
Nutella baklava, we got the peanut butter baklava, we got the original baklava.
Peanut butter baklava.
That's it, you know, that's how they do at Carlton. They go, we've got the Captain Baklava, we got this one. All right, so we're going to do this.
Oh, mate, bit of extra in there, I would have thought.
We're going to do it.
Mate, I hoofed that down without it going in the coffee last time, remember?
You did.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
don't need the whole bottle.
It's been a while, boys.
Yeah, it's been a
It
while.
has been a
It was
while.
last year, at the end of last year.
It was,
last
yeah.
year.
It was
Yep.
all our hopes and dreams were
Yep. Crushed.
crushed.
And
They're kind of crushed
Crushing.
again.
are they done? We'll touch on it.
Yeah, we will touch on
We're
that.
going to touch on it. All right. All right, let's do it.
Cheers. Here. There we go. Thank
you, sir.
That's for you.
Boys.
Salute.
Salute.
I don't know what we're saluting to, but
What this
to the
is
channel,
good friends and
to
the
good
channel.
friends, good company.
And company, like we're all
Correct.
here tonight.
To Arsenal.
Let's do it.
That's true.
Very nice.
Beautiful. I'm going to get straight into this.
Go.
Hello.
We've got some serviettes at the bottom there.
Yep.
You know what? We'll put these here.
Any good?
Where's this from?
Schnitz.
Wow!
Speaking of,
Speaking of, we are proudly brought to you by
Schnitz.
Where?
Northlands.
yes,
Northlands.
With an
Next
X.
to Myers.
Northies,
North.
Next to Myers.
right?
Not Myer.
No,
It's Myers.
It's Myers.
And Northlands.
still put things on lay-by there.
Lay-by? Yeah, I'm
Remember?
pretty sure, yeah. You can do lay-by. So, if you become a subscriber... Are you a subscriber?
Of course. What do you mean?
You become a subscriber of Blue Broad or the Jumper Punch, you get 17% off.
17.
You get...
Why 17?
Because of Brody Kemp.
Is that why?
No, they were saying the 17 premiership. So this sponsorship could go for another 5 years.
Wow.
So we're waiting for the 17. But
Add a 0 to the end.
if you become a member of the Jumper Punch, so what are you got to do to become a member of the Jumper Punch?
First of all, the link is in the live chat right now.
Yes.
Right now.
The link.
Now.
All the description below.
So it's up there
Yeah.
or there?
well, both.
Both.
On
So
the
you click
live
onto
chat, it's the first link on the description. You click on the link. You subscribe.
Yes.
and then
If you're on a I think this is an important thing to
Yes.
know.
you got to be on the
Correct.
You're
laptop.
on a laptop or a computer.
Yeah.
Next to the subscribe button is a button that'll say join.
That's the one.
That's how you become a paid member. But
Paid member.
subscribing is free.
Subscribe is free. Got to remember that. Now everyone subscribe to Jumper Punch and Blue Brook because we're almost at the 10 grand, aren't we?
10k. 10k.
road
We've got
to
like
10,000.
100 left. Or right now at filming, it's 125.
Are we doing 10,000?
Come on, we can do that tonight.
Surely.
So, like, it doesn't cost you anything. Just push subscribe, then go over to
click
Jumper
subscribe.
Punch
It's not that
and
hard.
push subscribe there. You're done.
It's not hard.
And you get your notifications as well when new videos go up.
It's
It's pretty easy.
It's amazing.
It's pretty easy.
So let's do it because we need a little bit of love because the pain we endure. We need a little
Everyone's
bit of-
watching us just age rapidly.
Oh, yeah. If you look at some of the videos of when we first started,
Yeah.
we were young and bubbly.
Bad, man.
Yeah.
It's really
It's not
bad.
good. It's not good.
It's bad.
We're going to stay practical, but
Yeah, well,
still you got to address what it is.
I've got a
what
lot
it
to
is.
say.
Yeah.
I've got a lot to say.
Well, first of all,
Yes. Well.
we're going
What
to
have we
just go
got?
straight in.
Oh, yep.
Oh, wow.
The
Look
Garden
at
of
that.
Eden.
Wow,
Who's
wow.
the Garden of Eden? We always
Garden of
name a
Eden.
player.
Who did we have as the Garden of Eden? I've clocked
It
off
was
for 2
no,
weeks.
It was
was-
Curno.
Oh, Charlie Curnow. Okay.
I'd probably give Chair of the
Yeah.
Garden.
Oh, that's right.
At the moment, yeah.
Garden
could
of
be.
Eden's
I reckon,
Paradise.
Yeah,
It's simple.
yeah. What about this one? Who's this?
Spice of life. Mate, no
Who's the
one at the
Spice of
moment.
life in
It was
between?
Jesse Motlop.
Probably Kemp over the weekend.
Kemp was.
Ah,
Gave
yeah.
us a little bit of.
He's
he gave
giving us a bit of
he
pep.
gave
I
us
like
a little
that.
bit of something.
All right, here's a spice of life.
I'm running
I like
out of
that.
names now. I
Who's
don't
our
know.
best on ground? Fuck
No,
God.
this one here.
The status quo. Carlton Football Club's the status quo.
Is it?
'Cause
The
that's
whole club?
all. What this year has been the status quo for
Yeah.
20 years.
Yeah, that's the
So
one.
get in there.
Now get in there
Schnitz.
now. They got the new one.
The Si Senorita
Ooh.
bundle, $15.
Spicy.
Wow. Spicy.
Mexican.
Spicy.
Do we have? We've never had any. Have we had any South Americans on the list?
Ronnie DeLulio.
Is he South American?
Nah,
No, it's Italian.
Italian.
He's
Don't know why his name came up.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh God, yeah, jeez.
He's been in the paper lately.
For
Yeah,
all,
maybe
for all
that's
the
why.
wrong reasons. For all the wrong
won't
reasons.
say for
Is he in
all.
jail? Did he get jailed? Or
He
did he
almost
get?
lost a leg a year ago.
Yeah.
Right, and now he's been charged again.
Oh,
For,
yeah.
Look,
That's right. That's how
it's no good, but the poor bloke has had a tough run. Like, we can't understand what he's gone
I'm
through.
actually
but-
now remembering why he was in the paper, and I wish I didn't say his name.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe we've talked more about now Ronnie DeLulio than we have some of the champions. No.
Anyway.
Good luck to him, mate. Good luck to him. But, you become a member.
Yep.
All right? So, you first go for a cup of coffee, which is what Mars is.
So I'm Mars today.
You are Mars today.
Mars
So,
today.
to become that, if you become a member for $3.99,
$3.99.
you know what you get?
What do you get?
You go in first of all, you get the 25% off.
Wow. Off the schnitz.
Off the snits, anything.
Wow.
So you think about it. You spend you go to a family. What is $50?
Yeah.
Straight away.
You've
What is
already-
it?
you've
12.5% off.
Yeah.
Bang.
Wow.
You've saved double your money.
Wow.
$12.5.
Well, not that you've saved a quarter of your money.
$12.50.
You've 3 cups of coffee.
But you go into the draw for $1,000 hamper.
There you go.
Believe that. Wow.
Believe it,
It could
or
even
not.
be more.
Probably will be more.
Yeah.
And these are not empty promises, guys.
No.
It's there. The
Yeah.
hamper's there. But what about this one?
It's in Rocco's fridge.
Imagine doing this.
Just cramming it in.
Yeah, it's over there. It's all right, go through. Mate,
Wow.
so not only you get the 25% off, you get, right, the hamper. You're still going to draw for the hamper, but everyone goes in the draw for the hamper.
Right.
Right? $1,000.
Wow. $1,000.
You think about it. How long do you have to work, take away the tax, giving the money to your ex, everything, put in $1,000 bucks? How much?
It's a week.
It's a lot.
It's
But you know what else you get? You get a chance
Tell me, what else do you get?
to sit right there.
Right here.
Right there.
Wow.
Right there. So we already got one, and we're going to contact her this week. Who is it?
Matula.
Matula. She's the first one that's going to be on there.
Matula.
She's a ripper.
Angel. She's an angel.
So we're going to contact her this week because we waited for Paul to be back. And the other one you can get, you can have a kick with Ange.
Really?
Yeah, it's a kicking comp. How many people get
It's
a
gonna
chance
be
to have a
good.
kick with Ange?
When are you going to record that, by the way? Next week?
I reckon this week or next week we're going to contact our two winners. We've already drawn out the two winners, and we're going to have a kicking comp.
Got to get
Wow.
my kicking boots ready.
How
Wow.
many one of the best kicks ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he reckons he's going to win it straight away. He reckons he could kick 50. I doubt
telling
he
you,
could
I
kick
can.
35. Come on,
I've seen his legs. He's got big legs.
All right.
They're not tight pants, guys. They're just big legs.
Correct.
Well,
I'm not going
since
where
we're
that could
talking
go.
about the polo.
I'm not going where that could go. Use your imagination, chat.
Tripod. Listen. If you join the polo, of course that's the because the SEN's very
Creme de la
young.
creme.
Of course, and so you get everything
You
there.
get on board while you can.
You get everything there.
Yes.
Right? But if you do, you will come to one of the interviews with us.
Yes.
Like last week,
Wow.
Gerard came, got to meet Milan Hannah.
Hey, Milan,
And he-
Hannah.
Milan.
Yeah, Mil Hannah. With one L, I learned.
Yeah.
And you get to sit in there, and he did. He sat down and he asked a very, very good question last week.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
So you get to, how
Good
many
stuff.
times do you get to meet one of your stars, have a kick? I'm telling you, just
Very
do it,
nice.
mate. I know what you're waiting for. Seriously,
around it.
seriously. But what you got to do is you got to make sure you send us an email
Yes,
if you're
correct.
a Carlo.
Yes, correct.
Why?
Tell me.
So you can be part of the show and be part of the kicking
Well,
club
how,
too.
if I just say you become a Palo,
Right.
which you are, aren't you?
Apollo.
Yeah, a Palo member.
I'm not a Apollo member.
You were supposed to go along with that.
Yeah.
But if you're a Palo member, how am I going to get in contact with you to come to one of the interviews?
You got to email
Like, what, I'm
us.
just going to put it out there. You
That's
send me
true.
the email with your details, and I'll privately message
True.
you.
Yeah.
So that's why you can't.
Let
and
us
any
know.
other questions or anything?
Or Instagram or Facebook. You
Of
can
course, but
contact
that's
us through
the
those
easiest
means,
thing.
social media.
Yeah. So and
Or
that's it.
Tinder or...
Well
Bumble.
done. Oh, and then one more thing I
Funny.
just wanted to do. Everyone, this is for. Can we just have a look at this quickly?
Oh, what's going on here?
Oh, yes.
The 15 for 15 challenge.
A lot
What's
of
going on?
interviews last week.
What's
with
this?
David Rhys Jones.
What is this? Oh, yes, actually, I did see this,
a lot
yes.
So that's because of his son. So this is
Okay.
for the Prader-Willi syndrome.
What is this?
What
What's
is it?
Prader-Willi syndrome?
What's the disease?
Yeah, what is it?
All right. As far as I know, it's like you get something where you eat too much. You can actually like overeat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's this real weird disease. I don't
Okay.
know about too much.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
But
okay.
it's something about the eating and that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? It's obviously can get fatal.
So he's
Yeah.
done the 15 days of 15.
Okay.
I think it might be just over, but
Prader-Willi
you can
syndrome.
always donate to our thing. David
Alright.
Rhys Jones was a champion with us, and now
Loves a
it's-
bet. Loves his racing.
He does
he?
love his
Oh,
racing.
yeah, shit, yeah.
So, just quickly, thanks to Marino Brothers.
Oh, yes, Merino Bros. Can't forget about Merino Bros.
loyal.
Spend
You know, the
60
number-
bucks.
Number one ticket holder.
I was
Spend,
going to
six,
say, they've been loyal to the
All the way.
spend $60.
Oh, yeah.
Order before midnight. You get your delivery the next day. For
And who are they proud sponsor of?
Banana of the week.
Banana of the
Your fan cam. When you just...
Oh, yeah.
Everyone.
I lost it.
All of us.
I lost
All of
it.
you.
I
I
lost
should have put that. All of you.
I lost it.
What about these blokes?
Top dog liquor.
Wow. Top Dog Liquor.
Lyndon
Proudly
Hosking.
sponsors Rocco's Ranch.
Yes,
Okay.
and we did get a video of them a few weeks ago as well over in
I
the
put
States.
it up.
Yep.
Which was fantastic. So,
Champion.
Yeah, mate.
The world champion
we're getting
promoted
we're
the
getting
jumper
boxing
pole.
champions.
And then, unfortunately, the day after, he got knocked out, right?
he badly too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
That's a bit
yeah, badly knocked
But
out.
he's still is it welterweight?
Welterweight, I
He's still
think,
the
yeah.
welterweight champion. He just went up a level. And
he went up a division.
Yeah, and then he got
Class rise is it's hard in boxing.
Yeah.
Very hard in
Yeah,
boxing.
I bet.
And that's it. All right,
Wow.
and all right. So now on our channel, the Jumper Punch, right?
Yes.
New shows
It's been
coming
happening.
up.
It's a bit on.
Man, I'm telling you, it's full on.
You've had to... I don't know how you've dealt with it.
I don't know how I dealt with it either.
Fuck.
Because the first one is Legends of the Jumper Punch, right?
Yep.
That's on a Wednesday, 8 p.m,
Yep.
right? 8 p.m. Now, this week here, everyone's seen the promo.
I don't know how you're going to deal with it.
No, well, that's the other one, but this is Legends of the Jumper Punch.
Oh, legend, sorry, yeah.
With who? All the Carlton team of the century,
Yes.
Trevor Keogh.
Oh, Trevor Keogh. That's a good get.
It is a good
good
get.
get.
It was a fantastic interview. What a gentleman. And
Do you know how to spell Keogh?
Yeah, Keoghh.
Well done. Is it H or
Yeah.
H?
Yeah.
H.
H, okay.
Yeah. Well done.
Because I had to write it out a million times. But trust me, if you asked it last week, it would have been like K-E-O.
Amazing.
K-O. And then
Yes.
on Sunday, 8 p.m.
Blue
The
Sundays.
new, I'm telling you, this is a revolutionary show.
Is it?
I know, like it kind of like it
Divide?
conflicts with your shows and that,
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
can watch both because you watch one and then you watch the other
Two
one.
screens, two YouTube accounts.
You
Actually,
could-
double subscribe.
Double subscribe, double join.
Wow.
So you got Almost
Wow.
Blue Brothers, of course, which is now
Yeah.
the new fucking star show. But
Sunday
this one
night.
here, Sunday night, 7:30, the new time slot.
Yes.
Is-
And Sunday is going to be... It's going to be different for the
So
Essendon
this
game
week
as
it's
well.
going to
for
be on the
people who-
Monday,
yeah,
and
for
I think
people
all
who-
the shows will do
Because
that.
isn't that weird? A Sunday night game. We'll get into that, but yeah.
Well, because we've got the long
Isn't
weekend.
that strange?
True, that's a late fan cams again.
That's going to be late. How do you do it? Because you go to bed at 9.
Mate. Yeah. 7:50 p.m. means a 1:30 a.m. bedtime.
Hey, let me tell you something. Monday, day off.
It is
This
a day
bloke's
off.
going to be out on Sunday night, mate.
I won't.
Here we are.
Carlton dubs.
Here we are.
Plowman kicking goals.
Plowman for the win. Wow, bring him in.
Bring him
Well,
in.
let's have a look at this clip from Blue Sunday with 79 Premiership player.
Yep.
Ida Pay Ownbray.
Peter
Brown.
He's a star. He's
Yeah.
a star. Tells it as it
Fuck,
is.
he doesn't hold back. I like that he's got that real...
Well, he's been saying for weeks, he's been saying about Cribs, he's been saying about McGovern, he's been saying he's seeing it and he's going, this is the way it is. And
The one
bang.
thing I was like, I'm like, oh, you know, sometimes these older heads, I'm like, fuck, did they get the modern game? Or, but he's actually...
Nah, he
he
watches it.
properly gets
He
it.
does.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
one
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
actually watches it and
He
kind
gets
of
it.
still
We
in
think
love.
we do. They do.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
I know.
We'll get filmed and say, you should
I
have
know.
gone here, you were saying the other day. Like,
Yeah.
They get the fundamentals of
That's
the
right.
game.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, I love Brownie.
Yeah.
I actually love him. He's
No, he's
fantastic. to
thing.
listen
And
to.
when he came on the couch, it was a huge show, man. Straight to the point, man. So
Yeah.
he gets into it. So anyway, everyone have a look at this clip.
Well, Sam, I don't know what team you play for and what team you watch, but I would have to say that you guys, if you believe that, you're starting to drink your own bathwater.
Yeah. I think
Peter?
I think realistically, all year, all season so far, there's always been this positivity in and around what they can and what they can't bring out of a game. The reality is that they don't get wins, and the reality is that we're now caught in the position that we're here now, purely and simply because they're starting to believe their own bullshit.
I thought it was interesting last week that we got Steve Katib on to talk about the bigger issues at the club rather than just the micro issues of, kicks and hand passes and why didn't we score goals and why did we lose last weekend's game. It was almost emphatic because, the very next day we saw a situation where Craig Matheson has ended up throwing in his resignation. There's been a couple of hand grenades thrown in from the Mathesons over the last couple of weeks. They've clearly had a gutful. One thing that I've got to tell you, Brownie, that makes me shake my head in disbelief is when I see and read Carlton supporters disassociating the situation at board level from what's going on the field.
The only bloke that I think can actually galvanise the club back to where it needs to be is Mike Fitzpatrick, to be perfectly honest with you. I think he's got the ability, he's got the smarts. I mean, the bloke's a Rhodes Scholar and all of that sort of thing. And I think that he would give the Carlton faithful an opportunity to see something positive out of all of this.
Yeah.
All right. Did you hear, first of all, pretty round, and then like Terry just scoffed down like 3 of these while we were going, mate. Like 2 minutes is, you can eat a lot.
It's like the beagles I saw at Melbourne Airport trying to sniff out drugs. Fucking bang on the baklava. Terry on a baklava.
Mate, the one way to get comfortable in any environment is eat the food.
100%.
Mate, that's
Eat
it.
the food. Well, food brings
Unless you're at an
everyone
Aussie
together,
party,
doesn't it?
you get no food.
Yeah.
Bring a plate. Bring your own meat. Bring your own knife and fork.
Mate, I've got a story about the
Are you allowed to say that
Australian
these days?
barbecue.
Oh, sorry, that's you can say that. You can make fun
Australian
of
barbecue.
You can make fun of wogs, but not Aussies.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't make fun of
No,
it.
no, no.
As in,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Can't
You're
you?
allowed to make fun of wogs.
Yeah.
I once went to a barbecue, right? An
Yeah.
Australian.
Australian.
Right? I went there with my ex, and I went there. She goes, "Oh, you know, like Karen and Peter." Of course, that's their names.
Poida.
Poida.
How do you spell Poida? Poida. Like Eric Banner.
Poida.
Remember Eric Banner on Full Frontal? Poida.
So we go there, and they're like, we're talking, you're having a drink and that, and then they go, "All right, let's eat," you know. And all these,
What'd you bring?
all these Australians, they bring out the esky. They're pulling out eskies, and I go, "What's going on here, mate?" And I go, "Did we have to bring our food?" And she's going like, "I don't know, I don't think so," you know. And then they're pulling out like snags and that. I go, "Oh my God, like we didn't bring any food. Like I look like an idiot now, you know what I mean?" So I had to borrow some sausages from someone.
Borrow.
To make it out like you had brought some.
Borrow.
Just to eat, because I was starving, mate. You know when you go somewhere and they go, "Oh, you know, you come here, all right," and BYO drinks. I go, "Fucking hell, man." Serious? I might as well drink at home. I'm going to come here and drink. Well, I've got to bring my own drinks.
I've got to bring my own so everyone else can drink.
Look.
Well,
Anyway, forever rivals. That's the show.
Mate. How
Manny and now Mark.
Quinn can just clock out. He's seen it all, mate. He's like, yeah. Mate, Essendon better than us. Collingwood better than us. I don't know how mate. You've got no ammo
It was the
left.
worst year to start this show, right?
fair play to him. He started at the top. It was only going one way.
I'm trying to hold it together, but like I just can't do it anymore, guys.
Shout out Quinn.
But I will. Man. But anyway, let's have a look at clip.
Well, protect the head all the time.
Like it used to be in the old days.
What Lockhart was saying. Everyone's got to wear glasses and wear helmets and wear
helmets are
protective
going to
gear.
help. You still got to protect them, Mark, or else I'm telling you.
Well, that's the way the AFL is going to be like. The AFL is going to be like that. In 10, 15 years' time, everyone's going to be wearing helmets and protecting gear to protect the player, and that's fine. Then you can go hell for leather.
Is this true, Manny? Is this true?
Well, you know what I'm saying? I really, really am feeling sorry for Carlton. You know, because at the end of the day,
not the worst.
you want to be able to go and enjoy these games. You want to be able to see the rivalry. You know, at the moment, but that rivalry is just, you know, it hasn't been there. You know what I mean? And, you know, I want that old rivalry. I want to be able to go home at the end of a game or Carlton game. If we won, I'm ecstatic. If we lose, I'm sad. I'm just, you know, as a kid, I used to go home crying if we lost against Carlton. Now,
Manny, people are starting to like you, mate. You got to stop this, mate.
That's why I'm here now. That's why I'm here now. Mate. That's why I'm here now.
I'm just being honest.
Carlton supporter, sign him up, laugh out loud. All right, listen, we don't want to talk
so good,
from last year that got injured. He's coming back this week in the VFL. Cox has come back. Not your Cox, my Cox.
You're all the
coming back.
So you love Cox too, Mark.
So
after the Geelong game, I was convinced. I thought, there's our style of footy. We're back. Like, we'll play good game. You know, we've got a few not easy, but a few winnable games coming up. And then after the last 2 weeks, it sort of flattens you right back down. But I hope, Jimmy, I hope you're right.
Bring you guys back to 10 years ago, matey. Yeah, welcome to 10 years ago. It's going to be a long, long time when you see a premiership again,
he's
mate.
going to be someone.
Wow.
It's good to get
A lot of
that.
banter.
That's one of a kind, that show in the AFL circles.
Well, no one really does it anymore, and I mean it's tough, you know. But the banter's there. We get stuck into each other.
Gets you talking about something else.
Yeah, that's the type thing, and it's good. And you know what? I've always wanted the banter to come back.
Yeah, of course.
I want a bit of rivalry, mate. I want it. Like, it's good. Like, let's be serious. We all feel the pain and that, but at the end of the day, like, let's.
Do you know what you are like on that show?
What?
You are like the guys playing the violin on the Titanic.
Yeah.
You know you're fucked, but you still got to keep playing.
I think we're all like that. I think a bit of us are all like that.
I'm holding on, mate. I'm holding on as much as I can. I don't know what to say anymore. Like,
have you heard the conspiracy about the Titanic?
What's the conspiracy?
Apparently there were like rigged explosives on the Titanic.
Ah, here we go. Have you heard the conspiracy about Carlton? Apparently there were rigged explosives at Carlton.
Is there anything that there's not a conspiracy about?
I love conspiracies. I'm a sucker for a conspiracy.
Yeah.
It's the best. I've actually read up on why people do conspiracies and that, and it's fascinating.
Yeah. Well, everyone needs something to.
Do you know where the word came from? Conspiracy theory? It was made up by, I think, the FBI or the CIA.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, to try to spin people off.
That's right.
To try to spin people off a certain thing, and it ended up being that the CIA and FBI were lying. So.
Hoodwinked. It's just another
Everyone's getting hoodwinked. Mate, everything's a hoodwink.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck, who thought we'd be using that word again? Fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm spewing.
Wow, true. We'd love to be talking about high performance.
Yeah, shit.
Remember that?
You know what? It's not even hoodwinked anymore.
No.
There's not even like
they're just doing it right in front of you now.
Yeah, and laughing at us too. Anyway,
laughing at us. All right, listen, we're here for one reason. Let's do this one. 3, 2, 1. Rock those hands,
I love it. The frustrated.
3, 2, 1. Rocco's rant. Fuck, this just keeps getting earlier and earlier and earlier and earlier. I want to push this.
It's getting that early. I'm going to do it the day before.
Good luck. I'm looking forward.
Now, listen, to tell you the truth, man.
Floor is yours, sir.
I've been that busy, you know, and so to get this rant, and then I was thinking to myself, what am I going to say? There's nothing. I've said everything. I've blamed everyone. I've attacked every single person, right? I've attacked presidents. I've attacked board. Then I attacked players, coaches, captain. I even attacked people like Paddy Dowd, the poor kid. You know, like, everybody. I don't know what to say anymore. All I got to say is quickly, because this whole thing's going to be a rant, correct?
Yeah,
we're just going to have a bit of a discussion.
Well, we're going to get it off our chest.
All I'm going to say is, I think I said this on the fan cams, is I think it's a disgrace. I don't care. I think it's a disgrace what the club has done to us.
You know you're allowed to say that word, right?
No, I know.
It's a disgrace.
It's a bit of a joke. It's a bit of a joke between us. And
I know.
But it's just it is a disgrace what the club has turned, what the people in charge of this club have turned it into. Yeah. And I was saying the other day on fan cams that I don't feel part of this new Carlton anymore.
Yeah.
Whenever we talk about Carlton, my memory always goes back to what we were. And that's the Carlton we were. The Carlton we are today does not resonate with me at all. Zero. There's nothing there. Yeah. And they've done this.
That's honest.
They've done this, and I don't feel it, you know what I mean? And I was saying this about when we go and interview the past players. I sit there, and it brings me back to that place I was when I was young, you know what I mean? I interview these players, and we all talk, and we have a chat, and they tell us about, you know, winning premierships, and even when they weren't winning premierships, you know, just the time and how they all interacted in that club, how they were mates. And that's the Carlton I know.
Yep.
The Carlton of today is nothing. Don't even tell me that this is Carlton. This is not Carlton anymore. This is not Carlton. I know that you guys, you don't understand because that's all you know, but it's not. It's not Carlton, trust me. And we've got to realise that. We've got to realise that this is not Carlton. They've turned this Carlton into something that it's not. and it's bloody wrong, and they should be ashamed of themselves what they've turned, because now you see it. The club's turning against each other. They're bickering. Players are turning against each other. You're getting now past players turning against the club. And then you're getting supporters turning against it. If you read the comments, the supporters, like, they're starting to, like,
incensed.
They'll say something and then, oh, what do you know? You're not a real supporter. Blah, blah, blah. We should sack the board. What are you, crazy? We should keep him. Blah, 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 blah. And then I'm thinking, what are we doing? Are you seeing the clubs on top of the ladder? I don't want to mention their name anymore. No. You know the club on top of the ladder? Yeah. Are you seeing them do that? And I know winning fixes everything. Fixes everything, right?
Winning fixes
so does unity.
And so there's unity. And at the moment, we have not got unity, you know what I mean? So they should be, like, really ashamed of what they're putting this club through. Because the last 20 years, they're dragging it through the mud. It's an actual... I'm telling you, you saw how, for example, Manny says he feels sorry for us.
That's the worst.
That's funny, isn't it? Oh, that's funny. That's bad.
Patronising.
No, that's the worst part to be.
That's the worst. Yeah. I don't want to be felt sorry for. I know, and we are pitied now. We are pitied, and you know what? I noticed it at the Collingwood game, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it? It wasn't like they weren't giving it to us.
No,
it was almost like
there was no energy like
we
that.
know we're better than you.
Correct.
And badly better than you.
We just don't want to get injured in this game while we beat you.
Yeah. It was a bit like that because they did slow down in that second half.
Yep.
Fucking embarrassing.
So just look. Everyone that's in, I've said this is a privilege that you're running this club or you're even in any sort of position. You've got to be reminded of that. This is a privilege, man, and it's time to let's get this ship back on track here, you know. So whatever it takes, and if it means, I'm telling you, even those people on top, if it means stepping down, and I'm not saying who should step down or whatever, but if that's for the better of the club, is that the word?
Betterment?
For the betterment of the club.
The betterment?
Yeah.
That's for the betterment of the club, you do it.
Yeah.
You do it. Because if this was your family, right, and the best thing you could do was leave, you would do it.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. If that was the best thing, and you know, over history, I'm sure people have thought that this is the best thing I can do is leave, and this is what you should be doing, man. Let's get this great. And as I was saying the other day too, that's what that's what it's all about, that monogram there. Because I'm telling you, you're going, I'm going, the shows are going, everything will go.
Yeah.
Everything will go. Those people on the board now, those players, you'll forget about.
Yeah.
You'll forget about.
Everyone.
Name the team in 2015.
Yeah, you can't.
Who are they?
Yeah.
Right? But that always remains.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's the one constant in an ever-changing environment.
Correct. Well said.
Let's do it.
Productive rant.
Nothing is the same.
Fair. Misery. Ugh. It's like white noise.
Wild World account. Is that more? Count. Is that? Could that be more true? Like the Wild World of Carlton.
It is a wild world.
Feels like the same world of Carlton.
It is.
At the moment, yeah. So
let's go through the result.
Well, the result is there. So there
was 8-13 to
8-13, 61 to 6-8, 44. Do you know that's the lowest score in about 2 years?
Really?
Yeah. And like,
it's a very unlucky number.
I think the 2 years was that scored during COVID? During the reduced minutes?
Oh my God.
It could be. It could be. So it's not good. Where do we start? Well, look, we always start. Usually we got the journal and all that, and we're not doing that.
The numbers.
What do we have got? We have got some stats here.
Wow, look at this.
Slaughtered inside 50s.
And normally we win all these stats and lose, but this time we lost the stats and lost. And you look at this, like that's inside 50s, 39 to 59.
I think the most horrific thing for me is Melbourne having way more of the ball and having 11 more tackles than us. How many fucking missed tackles?
Yeah, heaps. Broken, missed, sidestepped.
They're just like
mate, watching witches' hats. Smashed in clearances as well.
Yeah.
What were stoppage clearances again? I can't remember.
Clayton Oliver.
Yeah. So minus 10 stoppage clearances. and what were we? -9 for clearances.
I would go as far
the
to
ground.
say like the hit-outs is the one thing that I look at that. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Fair play, Tom.
No, he actually.
Yeah.
I actually thought Gordon and Grundy didn't have that big of an influence.
No.
I know Gorn did late.
Gorn had it
Well, a
late
bit of
with
a
the marks
bullshit
and
free
goals.
kick.
Late
as well,
he
but-
did, but
Yeah, that was the toughest assignment going into the game for any of the
yeah,
players.
yeah. And I actually thought if he was just slightly beaten, he might have broke even.
Yep.
On the night,
Yeah.
he was the least of our. That was the least
Yeah,
of
the
our
least of
concerns.
That was always going to be hard.
Least of our
for him.
concerns.
Yeah.
And then listen, let's get straight into this, man. I don't get the sauce thing, man. I don't
Oh
get him in
my
the ruck. I
god!
just don't get it, man.
Well, I mean, let's.
And
look
you're
at
going to say he does a decent job, yeah?
it. No, I'm just going to say, well, they brought Tom in,
Yeah, which of course.
okay, and then Lewis Young came in and Jack came in, but like,
Yep.
who else can you bring in?
No, that's it. But I think they're
You know.
to me, I think they're ruining Jack. It's just not
Yeah.
his position,
Yeah.
and I actually think he does a decent job.
Yeah, he does the best. He always does the best with what he's
Had no hit
what
outs
he's
though.
got.
No,
No hit outs.
He doesn't hit out,
No.
but he was up against two giants.
But that,
there.
so why play him there then?
I don't know.
Who else are you going to put
Why
there?
play him there, mate? Honestly, and
What about that
Speaking
big
of-
banana in the reserves, Murkoff, whatever?
no, forget about him.
This is
Forget
part of the
about-
problem. He's not ready.
What? Hold on. Well, who's
I don't know. I'm-
never been thrown into the ruck that's 204 centimetres
Who
in our team?
who hasn't? What?
Harry.
Yeah, Harry.
Mate, his confidence is down. Get him up and get him
Yeah,
on the
well,
ball and
I
get
would
his body
definitely-
involved, mate.
I
Well,
would
Danaher
definitely-
goes into the ruck.
What happens if Harry gets hurt in the ruck?
Yeah, well, he's
Then
going to
it's,
get hurt
"Oh,
anyway.
Voss is a fucking idiot.
He's gonna get hurt
That's
anyway.
our biggest asset. He's in the ruck. It's the
He's going to get. Well, now Jack Silvani got hurt because he copped a knee to the hip.
yeah.
But is this what we're going to worry about if they get hurt?
Well, no. I mean, we're always going to complain about what.
Oh,
should
we'll
happen
complain, of
afterwards.
course.
But
of
like,
course.
Danaher rucks. Peter Wright rucks. Cameron goes forward. He rucks. Cox goes forward. He rucks.
he's a ruckman, except for Danaher.
You know, but that,
No, we
it's a-
definitely need a ruck. Anyway, I don't think the whole thing has worked for 2
But
years.
Silvani,
I
no
don't
one knows
like
what Silvani's role is. He
And this
doesn't
is the
even know
problem.
what his role is. He's not been settled in any role whatsoever this
the
year.
problem is this, right? I don't think a lot of players don't know their roles, and this is what's affecting them. You know, you
completely
get like
agree.
Sauce, you get like Fisher, your love child there, right? No, but seriously, like last year was one of his best years.
Yeah.
Why has he gone so down?
No competition.
confidence.
No
The confidence,
competition,
but
confidence.
that's your job to give him confidence.
Yeah.
Like it's you, and so many people have lost their confidence. And like it's astounding. Like O'Brien,
Yeah.
he's another one. He's your love child.
You know what I don't understand is they play a certain role in the AFL team, then they go back to the VFL and they play a completely different
Completely
position.
different.
Young was
Well,
playing.
Sauce did it
I don't
last
get
week.
Well, Fisher's a great example of that.
Played on ball, had 40 touches, and then he
Yep.
plays. He's playing high half forward, small forward. Like it just.
It's like they just put him in there just
I
to get a feel.
don't, I don't get it. I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it.
Yeah.
Like I, you
So
know,
this to me is the coaches, the reserves, the seniors.
everything,
They're
mate.
not in unison. It's not like something's wrong here, mate.
They
Like-
make it. Do you feel like they make it look hard?
Yeah.
Like
Everything
it's
is hard.
laborious.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh.
that's the word I've been using.
It's that they are trying, and they're trying so hard and not making it work. And then the D's would get like a quick breakaway and
Yeah.
get a quick goal. They weren't good. The D's.
They were
That was even worse. They were putrid
They
on
were
the night.
trying to let us win the game in
They were putrid
some
on the night.
respects, mate. They were terrible.
Putrid on the
They were
night,
bad.
Melbourne.
If anything,
we were worse.
They got the cracks. You know that saying, "You paper over the cracks." That was Melbourne.
Yeah, probably.
They got issues, mate.
Yeah.
They have got issues, and
know?
you were saying it too. They were like free kicks. They were appealing.
Yeah,
for.
Viney flopping for a free
Yeah.
kick in the third.
Yeah.
Gorn claiming that mark when it was clearly
Spargo.
touched. Just
Was
wanted
it
it
Spargo?
easy.
What was the other one? I think that they're only at like a 50% win rate from like the middle
Yeah,
of last
they are.
year.
It's like
Melbourne.
13 and 13.
They're
It's
marginally
exactly
better
13
than
and
us
13.
Yeah.
from the halfway
Yeah.
point of last year.
And that's the problem. We get beaten by. I'd say it was only what was it? 3 goals, 4
Yeah.
goals.
Yes.
But it was bigger than that. I felt bigger.
It definitely
It
did.
felt bigger.
It
because
felt bigger.
They missed a lot of
So
shots.
we lose to a shit side like that by 6 goals easily. The week before we lose to Sydney, who aren't any better, easily again in that last quarter. You know,
Yeah. Thing about Sydney was I felt that they generated enough opportunities and just
Definitely,
missed them.
in that
Whereas I
first
didn't
three
think
quarters,
we generated enough opportunities
Nah.
in this game.
39 inside 50s. Like,
no.
Didn't have any of the ball in our front half. And then when we did, we butchered the fuck out of it, as we always do.
And that's the other thing. It's like it's repeat every week.
First quarter.
It's the same
First
thing,
quarter,
mate.
we had a 10-minute patch. We went in 10 times for 1-2.
I know.
Yeah.
One goal.
1-2. Like, it's... and again, and I said it on the fan cams, tell me a game that we've started well this year.
Well, we haven't.
Tell me one game.
Which one?
Forget the West Coast.
Start?
Even the West Coast game, we didn't even start well. What was it, like 4 goals to 1?
It was the second half that we
was,
fired away.
Mate.
Yeah.
I actually don't think. I think tactically and like the moves that the coaches are making, I've got no issues with them. They're trying things every week. I'll tell you now, mate, these players are cowards. And Voss alluded to it in the press conference. Too safe. You can just see it, mate.
Yeah.
You can belt it into them all week. Move the ball fast, take the kick through the corridor, move the ball quickly, take the game on. If these blokes don't have the mentality to do it, mate, they've got 3 coaches sacked, these boys. 3.
Yep.
3.
Yeah.
Cripps, I can't wait for Friday night. What did he do in the second half? He had 7 touches. Disgrace.
Yeah.
He was terrible in the second half, mate. He was poor all night. I didn't like his game at all. I didn't like his game at all.
Didn't have the juice that I thought he would.
Nah, he's, mate, and I'm going to...
And we were saying,
mate, not good enough, mate.
Or someone said, like,
not good enough.
I can't believe he fired up over some comment, you know what I mean? And that's fair enough. You can say you can fire up. But at the end of the day, mate...
We're going to get behind anything. Like, I'll be honest. When I first saw it, my first reaction was...
I was happy.
Well, it was more about, okay, is this the thing that tips you over?
Yeah.
And if it's going to be that, fair enough, as opposed to the performances over the last month. And then it's like, all right, well, he's shown a little something. I'm just going to get behind him because that's our role, or that's my role. Get behind him.
There was kind of signs because it was the McKay stuff too, right?
No.
So the McKay comes out and does that.
Nah.
You didn't like it?
No.
Why?
Because it's just a sob story. All sob stories all week. That's all I hear.
Yes, fair.
Family's untouchable. I understand that.
But
I understand that, like, you don't touch the family.
No, you don't. But even it wasn't that bad what they said.
It gave him a release. The honesty gave him a release.
Good, right? Good.
Somewhat.
Brilliant.
No doubt.
Perform.
I thought he did.
No, I didn't like his game.
Harry.
Oh, Harry.
Yeah, Harry.
No, Harry was fine. Harry was
I thought
okay.
Harry performed.
Harry was okay.
Even though he missed a couple that he probably shouldn't have.
Again,
Harry was fine.
but he's still not completely over those demons.
But he was at 0.
He was at 0.
After
100%.
Sydney, he was at 0.
I'm glad he got... he got those few goals. It kind of looked a little bit, like...
It's interesting that
Harry was
both
good.
players turned to their own personal channels of communication to be open and honest.
Yep.
Now, I'm not saying the club are going to get a camera in front of them and the message will come through the club. But it's quite interesting that, Harry's got his own platform now to send that message. Cripps obviously on his Instagram. I actually want to see more of it. Just honesty.
We want to see the honesty, and we saw that from Voss a little bit too, from the press conference, I think. I think there was a little bit of honesty. He's kind of conceded that where they're at.
Yeah, well,
this group's cooked, mate.
We touched it.
Who's cooked?
Their whole group's cooked, mate.
Well, they look
Forget
cooked.
about it.
They look
done.
cooked.
They're
They
done.
look sizzled
They're
mentally.
done. They're done.
And Voss, he was
done.
honest. He was. But at the same time, the part where Voss has to take accountability is that whatever message he's sending to him, it's not
it's not
simple
working
enough. It looks too difficult. They take too much time thinking about what to do next.
That's one of the issues, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the issues. I think it's too complicated because they're just not getting it. You know what I mean? They're just not getting it. So,
How simple do you have
I
to
don't
make
know.
it?
I don't even know. You don't even know what he's telling
What do you
them.
want him
This
to
is
do?
the hard part. We
Get
don't
crayons
know.
out and get it.
Yeah, but you don't know what he's telling them.
Yeah.
What is he telling them?
It's tough. It's tough.
I do think they've gone way too far back to defence, and I think that the emphasis on defence has meant that your initial move is to be on the back foot, and that's why we're not probably taking the game on as much.
If I kick the ball and run,
We're going to concede.
We concede on the way back. My man will kick a goal.
It's almost like mentally you're like, okay, well, our focus is on defence, but that means that we're vulnerable to conceding.
Well, this is what happens when you don't trust whoever's up the field.
Exactly. So this is what's happening as far as my little mind thinks about this. But this is what I think's happening.
In our educated opinion.
In our educated, with all the football that I played when I was 15, right? This is what's happening. First of all, because we're playing so bad now, and it's just like snowballing, right?
Yeah.
They're starting to play for themselves.
Yeah.
And when that starts to happen, it just starts to snowball. So all they're worried about is getting a kick for themselves. You know, they're not worried about the team anymore. You know what I mean? And if that's happening, we're in trouble. And it almost feels like Voss is doing a little bit of that too.
Yeah, well, he spent a lot of the season protecting them.
Yep.
And covering for him.
Yeah.
But what about even some of the selections and that?
Yeah. What did you think of this week's selections?
I thought...
No issues. Who are we going to bring in?
No, I thought that's all he could do.
Five come in. I thought maybe Dow could have started, but whatever. He came on anyway, so it doesn't. Well, what's that going to do?
They dropped Kerno, which everyone's been saying to drop him. He's too old and that. So what else could they do?
There's part of the list as well where there's, we say it, there's 7 or 8 of them that are not giving us anything on the list right now. So you're handicapped with who you can choose. And this is why we were saying earlier in the year, you just got to wait until the season ends. You've got to make those changes. But this time you actually have to make those changes.
100%.
Last year maybe they thought, all right, we were close. We'll just keep everything tight because we almost made it.
But we thought that too. Let's be honest.
I think we all
you give them the benefit of the doubt.
And then you get in Akers, you know what I mean? And you figure, all right, we've fixed up. And then Holland starts playing when you go, well, we fixed up the wings.
Yeah.
The first month is...
not bad, okay. We're not losing, so that's the main thing. So you think everything's okay, but a smart person could have seen that it's a bit of a fugazi here. It's not what we think it is.
My head at the end of round 23 last season said, because the pressure's going to be on immediately in 2023, they couldn't handle it for the last 4 weeks of last season.
Why are they going to handle it?
What hope did they have of... But I thought, we'll hopefully have a clean bill of health, which we've had this year.
Yeah.
And we look worse.
Yeah. Pommy said something interesting on that. At the start of the year, if we are making changes to the game plan, which we clearly have, and we're trying to add this layer of control to the game, what would have been nice, and again, easy to say it now, if they had said, we're adding this to the game plan, it's going to take a little bit of time to get that right. It would have potentially released a bit of pressure on them. Yeah. We come in round 1 and we're breathing fire.
We're ready to go.
Breathing fire round 1. No, top 4. We're judging them like a top 4 side.
How many people said top 4 straight away?
Based on
There's
what?
a very
based on
what?
It's very, very dangerous to get in between the lines of expectation and reality. Yeah. And when the lines are blurred between those two, you're in where we are now. No one knows where. I don't think the club even know where they're at, because the way I'm looking at it is you've got a lot of people saying, no, the list is good enough, they're all good enough, they should be doing a lot better. But the reality is that we're not. And there are people at the club that would also be like, hang on, no, these guys aren't good enough.
That's right.
So what are they?
Yeah. And they're drowning under it.
And we're stuck in between, and we're in between. We're in no man's land on the ladder.
Yeah.
We're in no man's land as a club. We're in no man's land as a supporter base. Everyone's fragmented, and these are the results you get.
Yeah,
and this is the results. Yeah, and I think it's going to get a little bit worse before it gets.
Probably will. Probably will.
Well, we haven't started losing by 40 points again.
It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same loss for the last month and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
3 to 4 goals. You know you can't win.
Yeah.
You kind of stick around, but
in a weird way, some of the ball movement was a bit better.
And I think they are trying to do, but the problem is, to me, it seems like they try. They start to do a little bit of better ball movement, but once they start to a bit of pressure, they start to go back to their safe zone.
They play too tight.
Well, if things are so complex for them, right? There are going to be things that challenge you during a game.
Yep.
You're not going to get it your way all the time. I think we start okay-ish. The challenge of the opposition comes to us, and then everything's so difficult for them to figure out what their role is and how to overcome it that it falls apart. Yeah. I mean, then you have basic skill errors, and I think it just flattens them.
Well, the basic skill errors, that's another problem, and I don't know where that's coming from. Because they are basic. Like a lot of times they're kicking. Well, it is, but why?
Well, and when we say basic, it's not to say we could do better. No. It's basic for what we've seen them do better.
And we've seen them do better.
We've seen them be better with these.
And even if we haven't seen them do better, bloody hell, once you get to that stage, you shouldn't be doing those mistakes.
Correct.
You shouldn't be missing targets.
It's not even a VFL standard, missing those kicks.
It isn't.
20-metre kicks you should be hitting
out
on
on
level.
The full, and then as soon as they're under pressure, the big kick, just over the head, you know what I mean?
Well, the one where we switched it towards the interchange side, Wiedering gets that nice kick, finds Akers. He's in Akers, pardon the pun, he's in acres of space. He misses a 20-metre kick. He missed him by 10 metres. I can't remember. He missed him by 10 metres.
With no real... And you might say, there was a... But really, that's no pressure for an AFL footballer. There wasn't...
Well, there shouldn't be.
Well, there shouldn't be.
It is.
But it is for us.
It is for them.
Yeah, for them. I mean, for Carlton, it seems to be
not
there's
for
pressure.
us.
Right. But there shouldn't be. Because you should be that good, like, at that stage where a player is nowhere near you. Because really, if you've got an extra second in AFL, that's a long time for an AFL footballer.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? We go, that was quick. But for them, come on, man. You're at the top of your game, mate.
These players in this group are not... They're not a process-driven team.
No.
And I know I've mentioned it twice or three times now. I don't... Like... The mixed messaging, like Foss, was it after the Collingwood game? These boys need scoreboard nourishment. Every team needs scoreboard nourishment. And then 2 sentences later, he said, no, we're a process-based team. So what are you? Are you outcome-based and that's where you get your nourishment?
Yeah.
Or are you process-based where... Because if you're process-based, the scoreboard...
Shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't matter.
It's a bit of both, though.
You know?
You need a reward for effort.
You do.
Which we haven't been getting.
That's right.
When we have our patches where... We're moving the ball.
So
we're not getting that
definitely
reward.
puts more pressure onto it.
And then, like Sydney last week, we moved the ball relatively well in the first half, but
we should have been in front. Of course.
So they're not getting that reward for what they're trying to do. Maybe that's putting more doubt in their mind of what they're doing, and it's just weird. We're 12 rounds in, and I don't know where you both sit. Is it over?
If you truly believe in what you're doing, regardless of what happens, you just keep going out there, and you can. And we don't do that.
But they don't.
The best teams,
they must not believe in what they're doing.
The best teams, even if they're in a predicament, they just keep going back to what they think they know works. We don't do that.
100%.
Because we revert to what doesn't work.
Yeah. Right.
Long,
but
high
what
up
makes
the line,
them feel comfortable for them? Like for them, it's
make it someone else's problem.
Exactly. It's the care factor, mate. Yeah. You know, like we use this word at work, the care factor, CARE.
Right.
Cover ass to retain employment.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
So what you're doing is, I get the ball. As long as I get my possession and I kick it over, then it's your problem. I've got my possession.
Yeah.
I can't do a mistake.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But I've given it to someone who's in trouble. You know what I mean? You got that handball. You shouldn't have handballed it to him. You know, you should have taken that responsibility. You know. Hey, you want to look at a couple of little highlights? Well, lowlights.
Well, show me.
Apparently, AFL got 8 minutes of highlights out of that game on their website.
Yeah, no, there's 8 minutes.
I don't know.
Games of football.
No idea how they did.
For the year. This is Utup, mate. He's going down a tree.
All right, let's have a look at this one. I'm going to call this. This is the first one.
What is it?
We were sitting together.
We were sitting
So we
together.
were like, half the time we've got our hands in our bloody phone.
I've actually got a funny story about him.
So remember this?
This
And
one.
the thing is that every time...
Look at it.
This was early, wasn't it?
This is the first goal. And look at
Terrible.
Before that, McGovern didn't quite mark it.
Yeah, that's the one,
How many
right?
uncontested marks did he drop?
Heaps.
How many
And it's not just
uncontested
him.
marks did we
All
drop
of
on the night?
All of them. All
He
of them.
started slow, and then second half he fired up a bit.
Dropping uncontested marks means you're tight. You're just not. Yeah.
That's right.
They are. They're all tight.
What about this one? This one, this is a little bit of a highlight for us.
Yeah.
I want to get excited.
Big H.
What do we got?
Where are we going?
This
man?
was awesome.
Big Harry.
Yeah,
Good on him.
this is great.
You know, he gets it. And
I reckon the crowd willed that in.
Mind you, he didn't kick it well. I'll give it to
Everyone willed it in. Everybody willed that thing in, mate.
God almighty.
It pumped us a little bit. Like we're going, right, he's got the goal, you know what I mean?
What I was happy about is that they all got around him.
Yes.
Properly.
Yes.
Because that's what...
Look at that. See that warm, fuzzy feeling right there?
And it's amazing.
Just a little something.
And it's amazing. As soon as they all properly got around him, not like that Collingwood game,
No.
Nah.
because they all went up in bits and pieces. They all got around him, and he's had his best game in the last month and a
I'll
bit.
say something about that too. But in that, when he kicked that goal, I was thinking to myself, and I think I said it to one of you to that, and maybe even Michael goes, what, fuck him, what pressure, and I was going, but imagine the pressure he was on.
Yeah.
Trying to kick that goal.
Yeah.
He had the demons in his head. Then he had 35,000.
You can hear
demons.
the size, like you can hear it in the crowd. You can really hear it.
That was a tough kick.
It was.
Emma Murray spoke about it just before the game. The
Sports psychologist.
Sports psychologist
or
for
the
the one,
psychologist.
for Richmond.
Yeah.
And she was saying,
Did
like,
you have a drink?
I didn't.
No, I was going to say because I think I've had a drink yet.
As she was saying, like, he'll go back. He sees it on people's faces. His shoulders tighten up.
Of course.
Everyone's got the solution.
Of course.
Bring in Fevin. Can I just say something about that?
For fuck's sake.
Can you stop saying bring back Favola to the fucking Carlton Football Club? The one that was a part of the culture problem at the Carlton Football Club when he was here. Why would you bring him back? Please, use your brain.
Maybe, but I'll be devil's advocate there. Well,
Please,
we need
tell me.
this version.
Tell me.
I understand he was one of the problems, and again, I don't blame him for those problems because it's the club that allowed him to do those things, right?
Okay.
Right, that's the first thing. Second thing, he was a good kick, right? But it's been a long time. He's a changed person now. So you're saying like, oh, don't bring him back because he was part of the problem. He's a different man after 10 years or so.
What's the saying about too many chefs in the kitchen?
Well, maybe. I'm not saying bringing him back. I just want to argue that point there.
It's part of that too.
I'm not saying bring him back. All I'm saying is if they were to bring someone back and, like years ago he was a problem, it doesn't mean you can't bring him back now.
I don't remember when he went through it, but did they bring someone to the club when he was going through it?
No, but they had Ross Lyon there. And Ross Lyon helped him with his kicking, yeah?
Yeah.
That's an official coach.
It was an official coach, yeah? But no, and then after that he never missed.
Yeah.
It ain't
He never
Fev.
missed.
It ain't Fev.
Well,
It ain't Fev.
It's probably no one, I don't know. Yeah.
Nah, just let him. He'll figure it out on his own
Let's hope he
devices.
figures it
He
out.
will.
That's the most empowering thing.
Yeah.
Not someone else can fix your problem. You can fix your
You've gotta
problem.
fix it. Do you think he's going to get through it?
I think he will.
I think he has.
Why do you think he's going to get through it? Is it because you have faith in him? Is it because you have faith in, like, what makes you feel like he's going to get through it and come out the
Because I
other
have
end?
faith in him because I've seen him do it before.
How
and
empowering is that?
I know he can do it.
Yeah.
Right, and he's just going through a bad patch now, right? But I'm not saying he needs help with his kicking, as to say,
Just
we
a
need
bad
to get
month.
Fev in there, we have to get Dunstall in there, we have to get someone. It's not about that, right? Because what are they going to do? They're going to go, put your hand a bit lower. You know what I mean? Like, it's all semantics here, whatever, you know what I mean? For me, it's about confidence with him.
Yes.
You know? Maybe get a mind coach in there would be better than getting...
That is
You know what I mean?
deeper, but yeah.
Just like
It's all mental with him.
Yeah, it is.
Just-
Because he's done it. It's not like he's never been a good kid.
Exactly.
And we're going to fix
It's the
it.
same bloke.
Exactly.
It's the same ball.
He's
And
gonna
now
get
it's just
through it.
snowballing, but yeah.
Last thing we need is more people that
know,
know
so-
what they're doing to come to the Carlton
Chefs in the
Football Club.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chefs in
Yeah.
the kitchen.
Sorry, anyway, I got distracted
No, it's
there.
good. I don't even know where I'm at. Was that
Next.
That was the highlight.
Next.
McKay? I can't
One
do
after.
shit there,
Yep,
so-
there you go.
Yep.
What's this one?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this stuff is tough.
Ah,
It's tough.
three of them all go up. Oh, mate.
It's tough to watch.
That's unforgivable.
It's tough
That's
to watch.
unforgivable.
Now, if we just do that again, right? Let's have a look at this one again, right?
That's shocking.
And have a look at this. Like, we'll stop it at about...
Look how flat-footed they all are.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at Cozzy just ready for it at the back.
Yeah.
What's McGovern doing?
Nah, McGovern did that a few times, man. He's just all over the place, you know.
His first half, he wasn't with it.
Everything's fine there, and then O'Brien peels off, and it's all over.
And that was the problem. Like, why is he peeling off?
Well,
It's O'Brien's fault.
in two minds, do I cover for Cozzy? Do I... Yeah.
You cover front and centre. You hope that your defenders are not going to allow the ball to get out the back.
I think so.
You always cover front and centre. It's not. It's
And again,
it's not
easy
even an
for us
argument.
to say, but since we're here, we're going to analyse the shit out of it.
We've got nothing else to watch.
Right, let's have...
They would know that anyway. It's
They're
just
watching
a
it.
mistake. This is a disgrace.
Now,
This goal.
this is. I had to cut this into because of YouTube won't do it, but this is part one. Even though they keep getting the ball out.
Going, yeah, they kept... Yeah.
Like, you think one of them would stick, you know? And then what happens, right? And then it doesn't stop there, right? It continues.
Oh, boy.
It's bad. It's
Right.
really bad.
So it continues, you know? He gets it.
Oh, that's not a good look.
And then he's getting... Look at this. Up.
Steps between two of them, and like just they work that up from half back. That
That
whole
was
way.
the thing. So when you watch
All the
whole
way from
thing,
half back. Just terrible.
And as you said, like that. So what is that? Like the tackles weren't getting. They weren't sticking.
Yeah.
Right. They were getting the ball out. Like I can't believe with all those tackles, they were still releasing the ball. Not only were they releasing it to a player that was free.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Forward press, horrible.
Tackling's a mentality, though.
oh. And you know
And
what?
technique.
They're not little boys anymore.
How many times
They're
do
strong enough.
they do that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that one?
Yeah.
Or they
One-handed tackles,
they
mate.
grab a jumper.
I hate one-handed.
pull an arm.
I hate one-handed
Fall
tackles.
to the ground.
Yeah.
I hate one-handed tackles.
Yeah.
That's the worst. I can't stand it.
What do we got here? That was Picker. This is a bit of a. I don't get what happened here.
What do we got here?
Yeah, this is like. Is this a free kick? Right.
Who was that again? Oh, that's
Spargo,
right.
yeah, led with his head. Even,
was
even
very
Saad,
soft.
even Saad was like,
It
he had
was
no
very
idea.
soft.
What the umpire?
Yeah.
He was
60
on
metres away. The umpire is 60 metres away.
That's unlucky.
And when you look at it, I'm telling you, Saad doesn't touch him.
Yeah,
Hardly
yeah.
touches
The
him. And when
umpire
he fell, he
60
didn't
metres
fall.
away calls
They're
it.
the uncontrollables.
Yeah.
They're the ones where you're like, we're already down and they've just got to.
And that makes it worse. Oh no! Like we need that too. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So anyway, I don't know why I put that. I just thought like.
No,
the
it was a
other one.
soft free kick.
Fair. Covering.
What do we got next one here? Oh, this is a bit of a highlight here. So we got. You know what I like about
Fucking
this?
picking out intercept marks. Jesus Christ, that's where we're at. He was really good on the night.
He was.
Brody Kemp.
He
I
was.
thought he was fantastic.
He's moving with some serious.
What I
force.
liked about this was right. Is this right? You look at Kemp, right? Watch this. All right, you look at Kemp. He stops there.
Look at
right?
the way he reads the play.
But if you watch him now, he starts directing. He starts directing and going, take him. I've got this, and then
Yeah.
he goes.
Communication and trust.
Yeah. He's
he went for it.
in the back line, he's the best reader of play with that aerial ball.
I love the way he directed the play. He told them, I don't even know who he told to go onto his man, but you go there, I've got this. And he
Leadership.
went back. And it is.
I thought he was
just shows
fantastic.
leadership.
I thought he was brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant
That's
on
what
the night.
happens.
Always on the front foot, always looking to move, always looking to attack, always looking to, always looking to move the ball forward.
All right, back to the Arjador. What's this?
The fan killers.
Oh, God. How do they get those forward handballs? Like, it's just
Where's
terrible.
the pressure?
No. There's no pressure. And look at this.
Oh,
What's
That's
this bloke
terrible.
doing
Like,
there?
it's just horrible.
That's deflating as a supporter.
It's the worst.
That's deflating.
It's the worst.
Because you watch it, we all saw him
Yeah.
free, and I remember thinking at that time, if we could get enough pressure on the guy with the ball who kicked it, that he's not going to make that yet, and we
100%.
just couldn't.
Yeah.
And we just couldn't.
There was like at stage where Melbourne kept sending up a spare to the stoppage, and they still somehow kept
that's
finding a loose at the
Yeah,
bookends. It was just we'd pick out their backman, and then they'd pick out their spare, or they'd pick out someone by themselves in the forward line.
I'm telling you, we're lost, we're confused, man. And then it's almost like, first of all, we're confused, and then because we're so confused, we can't even make decisions on the run,
Yeah.
because it's a footy game. At the end of the day, you can have all the plans, but you still got to make decisions while you're out there.
Yeah.
And it seems like they can't even do that, or they don't want to do that.
Yeah. Do we have a sports psych?
No.
I think they would. They do have someone employed there. No, they definitely do, but I don't
You
know.
I
reckon?
mean, like,
I don't know who it is. Like someone renowned.
Well,
like
whoever the
properly
sports
renowned,
psych is, he needs a sports psych.
I think it might be a woman. Might be a lady. I don't know. Don't hold me to that. Though.
I
Don't hold me to that. Though.
should ask.
It's a good question.
Do we have someone that's working on the mental side of their game?
I don't know.
But not in addition to doing something else.
No, this
Like
is
a
your
specialist.
main role.
A specialist. I don't know. I'd love to know if they do have one.
Yeah,
I think
I found
some
it
of them-
interesting as well. Just back on the game, is that again that Melbourne sent the spare up to the stoppage, and
Yeah.
I know you've got to back in your own man and say, well, we're going to back in De Koning to win the hitouts and stuff, but sometimes you've got to say, okay, well, Gawn and Grundy against our young ruckman, maybe we should send not just the spare up, but let's try and maybe equal numbers up, or maybe just congest the stoppage a bit, because we know that Melbourne are probably going to win clear, and they did on the night. They smashed us in clearances
So
in
who's-
field territory. Well, I mean, you zig and zag.
No,
Yeah,
but so what's that? Like, what's going on here?
you know,
I'm confused, man.
they're confused. They're
What's
confused.
next?
What do you got for us next?
Who was that? Oh, that was Ruin, wasn't it? Ruin.
Van Ruin. Yeah, next one.
Oh, this one. Was it?
No, next one. We've seen this
Again,
one.
We already seen
Van
that
Ruin,
one. So
mate.
there's
Watch
a
it again.
Argent there. So now we go this one. What do we got here?
What was this one?
Harry.
Oh, yeah.
this
So
was
there's a
nice.
little bit of a thing, and he turns around. You know what I said on the night? I reckon he was trying to kick it to the player, and he accidentally, he was trying to kick it to Moller. But nah, he went for the goal.
Well done. I had just finished off my scone.
Oh, did you?
I was in the MCC.
But you said the MCC.
I had fish and oysters before the
You did
game.
too.
My great uncle took me.
You had a scone at the football.
And oysters.
Man, I had oysters before the game.
A scone.
Fish platters and
You know,
Morton
oysters
bay
are a
bugs
very
and
good
aphrodisiac.
aphrodisiac. Yes,
sir.
indeed.
What
they are.
what
get that one, Rocco?
what kind of oysters? Yeah, I haven't remembered. No. Oh, you know,
Just natural.
Oh, natural.
Had a little bit of a sauce in there.
You
as
like
well,
them natural?
some crab cakes. Yeah, I do. I like oysters.
crab
yeah.
cakes.
Crab cakes, crumpets, and then at half time I went back in, had some scones, some pies, pasty, sausage.
Have you
coffee.
noticed that on every Gordon Ramsay kitchen nightmares, one in every 2 restaurants, he always orders crab cakes.
Oh yeah, there
Have
is
you
a lot of crab
noticed that?
cakes. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So anyway, a scone followed by Harry's goal.
that was a bit
When's the
of-
last time he kicked the goal from outside 50?
No,
Ooh, against
he's only-
Adelaide.
he's only kicked like 4 goals for the year before this week. So
Yeah, sheesh. That's an interesting one. Oh,
What
God.
do you got here?
Walsh
Get worried
gets
every
caught.
time.
Oh, so now there's a couple of things here. Like
This is no fault of...
Well,
This is no fault of Walsh because, well, he probably should have kicked to space, but that's good defence from Melbourne.
yeah, it's good.
You
defense.
can't. I don't think that's...
Play it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
play
remember
it again.
thinking about it at the time, thinking he might have had time for Boyd, but Boyd had someone covering him.
That's the thing.
Now, watch
That- and
this, all right?
that's and
So he gets this. So the first thing is right.
is looking
He's
to
getting
kick.
caught first of all, right?
Yes. Also, we've slowed it down, so it's this
It's
is all happening
frozen. You
rapidly
can see
for
it.
him.
So he's getting caught. That's the first thing, right? That's the problem. But the other thing is, he decides then, right, to give it to Boyd.
That's just you got to credit Melbourne there.
Yeah, no. Of course you.
They're man tight on that rebound 50, like
Who's
man
that
tight.
defender for Melbourne? Is that
Might be Spargo. I think that lays that tackle. I think it is Spargo.
You reckon?
Yeah, I
no?
think
It's
it
the
is.
new guy.
Nah,
Who's
that's not Spargo.
No,
Isn't
it's
it?
the new guy. Yeah.
Bowie?
Number 29. No, it's the new
29.
guy.
Oh, we were asking tonight. Who's 29?
No, not
new
29.
player.
It's not 29. 29's the big guy.
The one that was on
Smith.
Boyd was ready
Smith.
for it.
But that was 29, wasn't it?
No, 29 was the big tall
What do you
guy.
mean? I saw 29 on his
No,
back.
it's not. It's not. It's
was.
not. It's not a redhead.
No, the
not
redhead tackled Walsh.
Mandela.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes.
one who
correct.
tackled
tackled
Walsh.
Boyd. 29
Oh,
was on Boyd.
Was it?
No,
oh,
the
yes.
one 29 was on Boyd.
Correct.
All right,
Correct.
man,
Yes,
Mandela,
correct.
I get
Sorry.
it. We're getting confused.
Apologies.
But it's just like, I know he got caught in that, but like he's getting caught now.
Yeah, it's not like
He's
him.
making the wrong decision.
I thought
like
he was
he's
really.
giving it
I
to-
thought he was really poor on the night. I didn't like his game at all.
Yeah, it's probably.
I didn't like his game at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, and this one here.
this is the mark, isn't it? I have a feeling. Oh, I'm going to be
McGovern.
sick.
What's
this was
this?
Malcolm again.
Oh yeah. What's McGovern? Mate, he's got his back to the fucking play.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
He's got his back to the fucking play. Look at him.
Yeah,
Look!
these are killers.
Look!
These are
Look!
killers,
He's
man.
got his back to the play the whole time the ball comes in.
Oh,
Doesn't even look at the ball.
it's so hard to watch.
Turn around, son.
It's disorganised down there.
What's he looking at?
Well, he's looking at him about to take the mark. Look.
And why is Kennedy the deepest player there? Why is he one of the deepest players there? I know he's a good bark, but Jesus Christ.
That was a tough one to watch. That was Malcolm round 22 last year.
God.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
It was the same. It was the same.
He's not even looking at the play.
He's
He's
checked
got
out.
his back.
And then this, I might as well show, like in the last 4 weeks, this is the same kind of shit, right? Just let's kick it. Yep. Let's just kick it.
That was
straight
bad.
to-
Yeah, that
I know,
happened in
I
the
know.
last quarter. We
I know.
kicked it down their throat about
And
6
admittedly,
times in a row.
Wiedering takes
That
the
was a
mark
great
out.
mark.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a good
I
mark.
thought he was good on the night.
Yeah.
He's bounced back
He
in.
started
some good
to come
form.
out of it a bit.
Yeah, I think
But
so.
if
Yeah.
you look at that again, man, like seriously, he's kicking it like, man, I don't get it. Like he's kicked it over there.
Who kicked that? Who kicked that?
I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't know.
it's a moot
man.
point.
Let's have a
Moot
look
point.
again.
Whoever it was.
Oh, De Koning. There you go, De Koning.
Was it?
Yeah, it's De Koning. I think it might have been. Oh, whoever it was. Anyway,
It'll be someone else next week. No, De Koning's there.
De Koning's there. Who did he kick that? Might have been Wiedering. Or Young. Or Doherty, anyway. Oh, no, it was Doherty. It was Doherty. It was Doherty. It was Doherty.
What are they?
Doesn't matter.
It was
It'll be someone
Doherty.
else next week.
Anyway, whatever.
Fucking hell.
They're just like mistakes. And the thing that I notice is it's the same game with different opposition
Yep.
for 4 weeks in a row.
Yep.
I don't know. We can't score. We cannot score
It's just too hard.
at all.
And
It's all
every
too
time
hard.
you get a goal, how hard is it?
I thought
to get
that was going to be the least of our concerns, but our small forwards, oh my God, they are terrible.
They are.
They are deplorable.
They're terrible.
Oh,
No,
mate.
I'm not. It's not to say they're not, but are they going against instruction and playing more up the ground, or is the instruction to
I
play
don't
more up
know.
the ground?
But the amount of times I don't see them front and centre at contests.
I can't imagine them fighting against instruction because they're not getting dropped.
Well, no, clearly,
Right?
clearly.
They're not getting dropped. So
Even Motlop too fumbled a lot of times
He
on the
fumbled
night.
a lot.
They all fumbled. How many fumbles were there on the night?
There's heaps of fumbles. They're under pressure.
Mate,
But you
mate,
say
it's all
like they're
too
playing
big.
more up the ground. All right, fair enough. Maybe they're playing a little bit up the ground. But when those opportunities are to be front and centre and
Yeah.
to hit the pack,
they're not there.
they're not doing it. They're not doing it.
yeah, that's right.
And we
They
can't
never
lock the
do
ball
it.
in our front half either.
Yeah.
We could not lock the ball in our
Oh.
front half at all.
I don't know if you have a clip of it or whatever, but let's just end all this sentence with, just picture this.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
My brother-in-law sent me this photo. I literally cried laughing.
Oh, my God. Yes, yeah. You sent it to us.
Not one, but 2 Coleman medalists.
All right.
Hang on.
who's in full forward?
Not one, but 2 Coleman medalists.
2 Coleman medalists.
Lewis Young full forward.
It's just like...
That's desperation.
Lewis Young in the goal
That's
square.
desperation.
Lewis Young in the goal square.
The worst
2
was...
Coleman medalists.
I lost my mind when we had 2 moments where we were clean out the back, and our 2 out the back marking options were Jesse Motlop and fucking Matt Kennedy.
Yeah, I remember that.
I love Matt Kennedy because he's a good mark, but Jesus Christ, mate.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. What are we doing here?
He had a good moment in the 4th. He went hard and low with the
Oh,
contest.
yeah. Oh,
That
mate.
was great.
Mate,
When's the last time you saw that?
Mate, how was Matt Kennedy even considered to be put out of the team at a stage?
Nah.
It's ridiculous.
I don't get it. And some of those selections just drive me nuts, man. Like that kind of like leaving him out,
You know what I also love
putting
about
him as
Kennedy?
emergency.
He's always trying to make that marking option through the corridor.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's always trying that. He's always trying to hit those kicks too. And I don't
What
know.
about when they put him in like defence?
Don't know.
Just trying
They're
something.
trying
mate.
something. They're trying something.
Lewis-
And he actually hasn't been that bad
Yeah.
when he gets down there. He's a nice user, but like, what do you do? Like, he hasn't got, what's his defined role? He's kind of everywhere.
So I was asking this before, Terry, right? Over the 2 years of Michael Voss,
Yep.
who's got better?
Ches.
Yeah.
Chera?
Yep. Fuck, you already taken
Oh,
two.
Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie, I said Charlie too. You'd say
Always-
like over the 2 years.
Always was down.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have his best game.
You reckon he got better? Yeah, he's got better. I don't think so,
Cottrell?
man. He's had like 1 or 2 good games. That's
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Cottrell?
Maybe, all right. I'll give you Cottrell.
Yeah, Cottrell. That's probably about it, to be honest.
Who's got worse
Well,
Fuck, a lot of them.
and bad? Like
Yeah.
really badly worse.
You know
Like-
who's really dipped off a cliff the last month and a bit? And I know he was like number 1 champion, but like Sard, I haven't seen enough of
Sard's
that like dash and run and carry. Like I've seen, like,
yeah.
when have you seen him burst through?
Well, there's
You know?
there's no real. I mean, again, this is guessing, but it doesn't look like there's a real trust with him.
No.
Doherty
Yeah.
burnt him about 85 times. Like,
Yeah.
you
They
see
don't
Sard,
use
like,
him.
and they're just like,
So
But-
it begs
yeah,
the
I
question:
know.
what's his relationship like with the playing group? Not just him. What are their relationships like?
I think it was funny the one time we used him as the main outlet was against Brisbane, and it just didn't look great.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah. Then they lose confidence in
Yeah,
him
yeah,
or whatever
yeah.
else,
Yeah.
and then it's almost like they're forcing it to him.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
game.
yeah.
So it's like you
But
give
I
them
don't-
instruction and they just take it.
Bossy
so
did say
literally.
that actually.
Yeah.
He said we're what did he say? He goes, we're forcing it at the moment. Like everything's forced.
Yes.
You know.
It's like they'll say, guys, we've got to use Sard a little bit more, and they use him every single time. Every time.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
and then you see a few clips where maybe they should have used him, their handball option was, and they didn't, and it's just, they're so in their head.
Everything they are doing at the moment
the
is...
poor boys. They're so in their head. Honestly. Mate, no one can handle us. We are too much for them.
The whole club.
Our supporter base is too much for them to handle.
No. But how?
Mate, look how big... Mate, we're fucked.
But don't you reckon the other clubs are the same? You're trying to say like Collingwood's not the same?
Mate, there's like 27 podcasts for Carlton.
That's
and
true.
I can categorically guarantee you that
27?
about 20...
You missed a few.
23,
Do you know what I mean? I reckon there's more
23
than that. Like
or 24 of them have got no fucking idea.
None of us have any idea.
No, that's not the issue, but that's not the issue, but that's a matter if people got idea or they got
It doesn't matter about right and wrong.
It's there's fact that so many, man, and everyone's like bloody got their opinion about them. You know, everyone's... I mean, Carlton's got their own podcast. Like,
even Murph's down there.
Murph's down there, he's trying to make, and then you get the McKays, and
we should just be called Podcast FC. That's it.
Yeah.
You know why? Do you know why that has happened?
What's that?
Because we've got no answers. So the reason, and this is not a football club issue. This has been an issue for governments and organisations since day dot, right? When things aren't going right, like say in society, when things aren't going right, what happens? There's an uprising of the people, and they're all talking and they're all trying to figure out what the bloody hell's going on, because the people in charge, right, are not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
When everything's in control and there's good government and everything's going well, what happens? There's silence.
Everyone quiets down.
Everyone's quietened because everything's going well. The reason these things are popping up because we've had all these questions that we want answered, and we've had none of them answered with performances on the field, and that's why it's happening. Because everybody's trying to make sense of what's going on, and everybody's trying to hold the club into account up to a certain point. But you know, when there's bad government, people uprise, and you get everybody talking.
You'd have to be a little bit to blame for this. So many podcasts for the success. I'm just saying, like, because everyone's going,
probably
I could talk. You know what I mean? I could start a podcast.
But this is how it should be. When there's
and I don't mean
it's true. You're not wrong.
When there's
Trust me, I've thought about it.
Yeah,
trust me, I've thought
it's
about it.
It's not that it's your fault, but because of the success, everyone wants to do it, and now there's this voice out there.
No doubt. I think about that often. I think about that often. No, there's nothing I can do. From my end, I saw a gap in what we wanted. We don't want to rely on the mainstream media to tell us the Carlton story.
Good. Yeah. I think the people out there, fuck, they love it. They appreciate
right now, honestly, this is an emotional management game.
It is.
It's just to get us all through to the next week without completely blowing up the joint.
It is.
Seriously.
Yeah. Can you imagine if it wasn't there, what would happen?
What would happen?
Well, that's when you get that emotion, and then you'll get people.
You get more people. I'll tell you what would happen. You'd get more heat.
Yeah.
Directly to the club.
That's right.
Now it comes through.
That's right.
All the channels.
That's right.
Yeah. So
and they're loving it.
It's my fault. It's me. Hi.
It's your fault. The Blues are like this.
Yeah.
Well, look, it begs the question quickly. Then, I know we can't answer this because we really don't know what's the deep problem with the club.
Yeah.
But what is the problem with the club? Like, seriously,
it's too deep.
It's a deep-seated problem.
It's deep.
So if it's deep, then who's at fault without naming names?
Everyone.
Yeah. I've got, this is my,
everyone.
And you'll hear it in Paul's call later.
Everyone.
You know, but all right, you say everyone, right?
Yeah.
You say everyone, and I agree that we're all a little bit of part of the problem here. Maybe we're acceptance of some things, that we allow things to happen, and bada bing, bada boom. I understand all that, but it still has to come down to that cause, that final thing. It still has to come down to somebody or a group that are really controlling everything.
Well, the leaders.
That's right. Yeah. So it's the lead. It has to be. The leaders are the thing. Because you say, all right, well, it is part of our fault because we accept it. But really, at the end of the day, the mere simple supporter, like, what else can you do?
Yeah, I know.
What else can you do?
Yeah.
Like, I know we could say we demand more. All right.
Yeah.
So what do we do?
The board's closed off to everyone. Communication between people at the club is closed off to. It's sanitised.
Yeah.
You've got to go through hoops and loops to just fucking have a cup of coffee with someone.
100%.
Like it's a 9 to 5 job. You're at a 9 to 5 job. It's not 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not on call.
That's right.
You're 9 to 5 and game day.
That's right.
It's a Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
That's the difference. That's the problem.
We've moved into this modern world, but I don't think we've connected with the modern fan.
No, we haven't.
The club is not modern.
No.
The club is not modern.
No,
the
the
club
club's
is
not
stuck
modern.
in the dark. Is in the Stone Age.
Correct.
We're still cooking with stones and bricks.
Yeah.
Whereas everyone else, like Geelong and Collingwood
They're
and
not
all these
ahead.
other clubs,
They're not ahead of everyone.
No,
like
no,
they
they're
don't
not forward.
think.
Yeah.
there's no
they're not
competitive
forward
edge.
thinking. You know what I mean?
There's no competitive edge, mate. There's no competitive edge.
If surely somebody at whoever's at the club, they should have. They must have been thinking, look at what's happening to the world. Everyone's going digital. Everyone's watching the game digital, consuming the game digital, talking about the game.
But I reckon there are people that are saying that.
Yeah. Well, from
And
my
then
lens, it's there's club and there's fans, and right now it's going like.
Do
that.
we have any? Who are the young, up and coming, promising, young leading talents at our club? Just like as a whole, just like
As far as like outside of the team.
No, I'm just talking like just at the club. Who do you look at and say, you're a young up and coming person who I know is going to
help the club moving forward?
like just in any department, anywhere you can think of.
Well, as far as the people that I know, like that I can see, I really can't.
Well,
name anyone.
I'll go through all
There's
the lines,
people
right?
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll go through all the lines. Brian Cook, Luke Sayers, Michael Voss, Andrew Russell, Patrick Cripps, Jacob Wiedering. Who else? How many other leaders are there? Sam Walsh.
All right, so they're the ones we see. What about
There's question marks on all of them.
And then what? And then what about beyond that?
No one.
Like above that? Like then we're going to get to the next level.
There's
you know?
question marks on all of those
Like even the
people.
assistant coaches, there's question marks. Then you got
Well,
question
I'm
marks.
talking about like the leader and Brad Lloyd. Like
Brad Lloyd.
survived 2 football reviews. Did you hear his pre-game?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, God, mate, this bloke is
When he does that,
it was one, mate. He's a corporate spinner. This bloke.
Well, no one understands why.
He is a corporate spinner. They have no understanding of this. They don't get it. They don't understand the engagement.
No,
they don't know
I'm
how to
with you.
talk.
I get what you're
And
saying.
you know that
They're just
more than anyone
corporate
else.
people, mate. That's not what a football club is. It is now,
Yeah.
because that's what it's become. But at its core essence,
out of touch.
let me tell you something. Right? People talk about culture and all this stuff, right? Luke Sayers. But I personally, I think people overrate the board, right? I think because we've changed the board, right? The names have changed. They've got all these new skill sets, whatever. But nothing's actually changed, has it? With regards to results and outcomes.
100%, no.
Yeah.
So for me, the board is like whatever. They're executives. You know, they're there for governance, mate. All clubs need them. All
Of course.
businesses need them, right?
Of course.
The boards, like, if you're a president, right, setting culture it's doing these little simple things, right? When have you ever seen a Carlton president, right, go out there and make a cup of coffee, go out there and flip the sausages for the members, go out there and put
But does that ever happen?
What do you mean?
Like with any president?
I don't know. I don't care about other clubs. I don't look at other clubs.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's what culture is. Like, that's what it is, attending these type of things. Because that's what footy clubs are. At their essence, like, footy clubs are still local. It's still, mate, Carlton's local, Essendon's local. It's not like some sort of massive global brand.
Yeah.
I mean, it is to a certain point. You know, but
And most supporters
mate,
are
I was
the
in
simple
England.
supporter.
Mate, I was in England. You say Aussie rules in England, I'd be like, what, rugby? Who's Carlton?
that's
Never
it.
heard of Carlton. What, the guy off
Yeah, of course.
what's that show with Will Smith and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Yeah.
That's what they think Carlton is. Yeah. That guy. Like, that's what culture is. It's not. It's making everybody feel unified. And at the moment, everyone's fragmented. You know. And now we've got this stuff like that. There's this stuff hanging over the head of the president, and there's just, you know, is Brian Cook there for a retirement fund. Do you see Cookie flipping the burgers at a barbecue? When's the last time we've had open training?
That's the other
In
thing.
Victoria.
With training, they don't
When's the last time we've had a? When is the last time the club has said, "Come down for a barbecue"? When's the last time the club said, "Come down for a cup of coffee at training"?
I don't even understand the closed training sessions.
Yeah.
What is that all about?
We have a bit of a culture of even when it comes, like, I know we all get angry with the injuries and like, why don't you tell us this? Like, what, you know?
That whatever.
They have this competitive advantage thing inside. Like, if it means the opposition is spending 15 minutes talking about a player that they don't know if he's going to play or not, they'll take that risk.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's
you can remain coy.
You can, and it's all part of the game. You try and take a win anywhere you can get it. Have we always been a bit of a, no, we're doing it our way, everyone stay out of our business?
Well, not in the earlier years.
Was it always open training?
Carlton Social Club, mate.
Yeah.
Any day you had like your day off.
I don't remember
the Carlton Social Club?
Yeah.
Mate, the players were there after every training session, after every game.
No, I mean like during like these open training sessions.
I really don't remember that. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't ever remember there was closed sessions.
Right, you could just during the week go on a Wednesday and yeah. Well, we have
and we have, because of the ground the way it is.
Yeah.
Like, we can have a closed session where they can't. Like Collingwood can't do it unless they go inside. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Richmond are the same.
So every session of theirs is open Collingwood because they're training on that.
Vic Park. Not Vic Park. Olympic Park.
Olympic Park. I'm assuming they can go. You can go and stand at the thing. Like, they can't stop you walking off.
Isn't that symbolic?
Yeah.
That's right.
Exactly.
They're showing you all their secrets.
Yeah.
You're just going to go there. They're showing you what they're going to do. Yeah. Look, it was interesting being in the MCC because you watch the class gap, we'll call it, of society, and you see a different version of the Carlton fan. You know, so I'm sitting on level 2. Level 1's level 1. There were all passions coming from level 1. Where I was, mate, when Harry kicked his goal, I stood up. I'm like, fucking get in. Everyone turned around and looked at me like I was, you know.
It's the best.
But you see it, and then this is where, like, who we have right now at the top and who they are, they're very affluent people in society. Yeah, if you want to call them elite. And they've earned that title because of the success they've had. But they don't relate to...
No.
There's such a division. Like, I've been fortunate enough... I can mix it with anyone in Reservoir. I'm from here, I grew up here. And then I've been in rooms with suits, and so I've been there. I can talk, you know, I've lived in both worlds, so I can talk either language. And where I think we struggle at the moment is like relating to like the gentleman that showed up to the club on Monday to eyeball the players. Yeah. Can Luke Sayers have a chat with him? Can these board members have a chat with them?
No.
The relatability is so skewed right now.
We used to always have, in the early days, we always had that president, like, you always go back to Jack Elliott.
Yeah.
He'd go outside, have a smoke and talk to the fans, you know what I mean? He was that type of person.
Yeah.
But even before that, we had remember our number 1 ticket holder was the Prime Minister,
Sir Robert Menzies. Yeah.
Right.
They built a bloody platform so he could drive the car there and watch the game. You know what I mean? Like, he became part of the club where those board members...
Mate.
There's a lot of problems.
We look down on.
It
was weird because Luke, to his credit, was the only president that was willing to come and chat on the channel, and we did that night. And you can say, where's he gone now? And it's right. I just thought he started off so well.
He did.
Yeah.
I really did.
But did he start off well because
he had to get people on? So of course, then you start thinking that way.
So was that the real Luke Sayers?
Who knows?
Because if that was the real Luke Sayers, he would have continued doing it. But
I thought he was doing a lot of the little things early on last year, messaging people directly.
But that's what I'm saying. Culture is the little things.
Yeah, he was doing that. He was messaging people directly. He was doing like just to build.
All right. So the question is, why to stop?
And what? Correct.
Making coffees.
Correct.
So the question is, why to stop?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we were a galvanised group last year.
Yeah.
Bloody oath we were.
Even when we lost. A couple of them were unacceptable. The Adelaide one, the St Kilda one, a couple of them.
But we're all still united.
I even think we almost gave them an out last year with the injuries. We actually said, you know what, you boys played your fucking guts out.
Yeah.
You were sore, and
Yep,
I
gave
thought the
him an
pressure.
out.
I did.
Yeah, I thought
I
the
did.
pressure was off him a little bit in the off season.
No, we did.
You know?
And you know what? You're right, because I used that excuse.
Yeah.
I went like, you know what? We had half a midfield out,
Yeah.
and we lost
Yeah.
by a
By
point.
kick. Yeah.
Now we've got acres.
You know, and with a fit
So
list,
now we're all
with a
fit
fit
up.
list and stuff, you can hopefully grab that extra
Yeah.
2 to 3 games.
Yep.
Which I didn't think was an outlandish prediction.
Charlie.
Find an extra 2 or 3 games. That's all I asked for. After what you did last season,
100%.
Yeah. And that's the hard
is that
part
asking
now.
for much?
Yeah. That's difficult.
I don't think it's
blame
asking
the
for much.
supporters for believing.
Correct. Because we started the season with belief.
And now it's completely
and
waned
we've
away.
watched it dwindle away, and now we're at this point. I mean, we had this chat the other day, and I'm telling you, Rock, we've just got to kind of band together, and we can't be part of the problem. We can't add to the pressure.
No,
And
you've got to find solutions.
we're here now, and it's like, how do I
All right,
support?
right. As a fan, you keep saying we're all the problem and that, right? Everybody, not just us, but everybody's a problem here because we are here now again, right? But what can we do? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
So we get Joe out there. I guarantee there's a Joe out there, right?
Right.
Watching right now.
Yeah.
There's one
So
part
I'm
of the
talking to
channel.
you, Joe. What can he do?
I mean, at the end of the day, you can just show up, get behind them, and
So no matter what, he just shows up.
show up, get behind them, call out what you see that's not good enough, strive for, push them to strive for more.
But it seems that's not enough because they're not listening.
So
nothing's
I
happening.
think it's too much. It's too much for them.
Well, I'll tell you now.
What do you mean for the supporter?
No, for the group.
Oh, for the group.
This core group can't handle
what's
that. You
too
just said
much?
it. They can't handle it.
What's too much?
The pressure.
Playing footy.
All of it.
It's gotten to Walsh officially.
Oh, he's Carltonised.
It's gotten to him. So this is the one. What's the one thing we haven't done as a football club in the last 8 to 10 years? Well,
Play finals.
Played a final.
Okay, no. What else?
I don't know. Fuck. There's a lot of things we haven't done.
What else haven't we done?
When it gets to shit, like we're in the shit now, right? What's the one thing we haven't done when it's gotten to this low point?
I don't know.
Kept the coach.
Correct.
Oh, the coach too,
Yeah.
of
And
course.
build around the coach.
Yeah, of course.
And stick
Yeah.
fat.
Yeah.
Which we will as supporters. We're not going to not watch. We're going to get behind them. So
But again, I've said this before, right? With the coach, like I don't want the coach to be sacked or whatever. But if he's not good enough, whose fault is that?
well,
It can't be all his fault.
no,
No, it's
correct.
not. It's
if
not.
he's not good enough, then what's around him? What
And they're
have
not
the-
good enough.
Have the club really backed him?
No, they probably haven't. They probably. And this is what I'm saying. Is it all his fault? Like you're going, oh, he's the scapegoat again, right?
Yeah.
And we always need, but like it's easy to get rid of one instead of like getting rid of 20, right?
Yeah.
That's the easy fix, right? And that gives everyone a bit of time, and we move into the next stage. But so he's shit. I'm not saying he's shit, but let's say he's no good, right? It's not his fault.
Yeah.
He's no good. He's no good.
Who sayers?
No,
boss.
Boss, he's no
Yeah.
good. Let's say he's no good. All right. He's shit. He's a shit coach. Whose fault's that?
Yeah.
Like, not that you would take the position, but
Yeah, I know. I know
any
what you
player
mean.
would
The
take that
ones, yeah.
position if you get the opportunity. Right? If I'm going to go for the job and they're going to give it to me, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Right? But then if I fail at it, just say you put it on your channel, right?
Right.
Just say you a show. You
Yeah.
get a new show on there, you get someone on there, and he gets on there,
Yeah.
and he's a dickhead. You've had that before, right? Whose fault's that?
My fault. It's always
It's
my
simple.
fault. It's always my fault.
It's simple. It's like, whose fault is it that we're in this position?
the ones that put him in there.
It has to be.
Yeah.
And then whose fault is it? The ones that put him in there,
Yeah.
right? Those blokes. Whose fault is that? You're making them make the decision.
Yeah.
It has to go to another person. Like someone's got to be.
But if you're a player, as the group, you know now, because of the behaviours that the club have shown since you've
Yep.
gotten there, that when it turns to shit, you're not really going to be held accountable because
No.
your coach will go before you.
100%.
So this is what I'm saying. I don't think Michael Voss is the full package. I think he's probably really good in certain areas and probably not as good in other areas.
Yep.
So mitigate those other areas.
100%.
Get behind him. I would call me crazy. I would give him an extension to send a message to say, this is the guy. We're going to build around him. This is your coach. Because the players right now are going into that self-preservation mode because it
100%.
looks imminent. We lose badly to Essendon.
They know.
It looks imminent.
And then
This is worried about nothing, and this is the issue. You look at the club.
It's the same thing.
But
Bolton went through it.
Yeah,
3 or
100%.
44, got to sack him. Teague went through it. We actually come back to the same test until we get.
Told you.
And before that, you think about it, Malthouse,
dollar in.
Pagan, Radden. Yeah, they're all the same thing.
test. We get to this low point. It looks like it's the worst that it's ever looked. We sack the coach. And thing is as well, to build relationships, to build trust, to have Voss scream at them, that takes time and it takes trust.
Yeah.
You bring a new coach in, you've got to go through those
We're going to start again.
with relationships with the
100%.
player. So that's why I'm this time around, even though it might look pretty crazy right now because we're not playing very well and like the buck stops with the coach. My best guess right now is like, just please stick with him and get better people around him.
Yeah, we're definitely. The only thing I worry about Voss, I thought when we were getting, and I think they were thinking this too, to get a coach, we needed someone with like a big personality.
Well, that was Ross.
Yes. And that was the issue. Like, Voss he's still a baby in coaching terms.
Yeah.
Like he's probably trying to save his position too now, right? So he can't be the Voss he wants to be. Where someone like a Clarkson or a thing, are they going to be better coaches? Well, they are, but over the years, will they have been better than Voss? You don't know. But one thing I do know is they would have stood on the ground and they would have said, no, this is the way it's going to be, mate. And if you don't like it, I'm moving on. Right? There's a difference. Did we need someone with that strength?
Well, this goes back to like where are we and where we've been. The traditional Carlton has always needed a big name that can do it on his own, and it's going to be him as the reason why we win or lose. Whereas now we're at a point where I think there's only a few coaches out there where you can bring him in and they do it their way or the highway.
Yes.
I think Mick Clarko, Ross Lyon, maybe.
And that was it. And
Voss is someone that's going to lead a coaching group.
Of course.
So,
but Carlton, like you said, Carlton is a big club, man, and it's hard to. So
we are the beauty and the curse of us is how great we are.
Yep. 100%. So I don't know, man.
I'll add in Paul's call.
Yeah, of course. You've got a big Paul's call.
All of them.
Dry. I'll keep my powder dry.
All right. You know what we'll do?
I have some interesting
I'm sure we'll
things
talk
to
a
say,
bit more about shit.
which are going to ruffle the feathers.
No, well.
No, but there's no rustling of
How much more ruffling can be done? Everything's been ruffled. Unless you bring in something.
Nah, no one said what
We've
I've said
attacked
yet.
everybody.
Maybe not.
No, it's not about attacking everybody.
Oof.
We've had a go at everyone. We've tried to find
It's the solution
fault in every single person.
to the problems or problem.
We found fault in everyone.
There's only one solution, but no one's mentioned it yet.
And you've got it.
Yeah.
You're going to nuke the joint.
Well, we need a Noah's Ark.
Mate,
Like, just flood the place.
You'll find out in Paul's call.
Start from zero. Zero members.
You'll find out.
All your memberships are cancelled.
Mate, we're going to start again.
We'll find out in Paul's call. Votes.
Next.
Let's go.
Votes.
Let's do the votes. Do you remember your votes?
I do remember my votes.
All right, let's do it. You can go.
I can go first.
Yeah.
I gave 5 votes to Brodie Kemp.
Yes.
Reward the young fella. I gave 4 votes to Adam Chera.
Yep.
He's very consistent. High floor.
He's the best player.
It's a good year, man. It's a good year.
I gave 3 to Wiedering, I think.
Yep.
I liked his game. I like his coming. He's actually
Last 2
you know
weeks
what?
have been good.
No outside influence. He's
Gotta
just
get my
fucking
votes.
got on with it, and he's worked his way through it. And I don't think he's fully there, but he's coming out the other end. I gave 2 to Harry.
Yep.
Well done. And then I gave Tom de Koning the
You
1.
did give 1.
Because going into the game, I said that is the toughest assignment that any of these players have.
By himself.
And I thought, and when Sauce went down as well, he lost his backer. And I thought, probably lost on the day, but he didn't die. He didn't die wondering. I thought he just,
Yeah, that's fair enough.
played with a spirit.
I think it's a good platform for the second half of the season
For him.
de Koning.
Yeah, put him in the deep end.
Yeah,
So those are my votes.
All right, very good. I went 5 Kemp, 4 Chera, 3 Mackay, 2 Wiedering, who I'd been hot on his case the last month.
Yeah.
I'd been really having it because I know he's better than what he has been. And 1 to Matt Kennedy, who I thought dug in all night. But I've been impressed with Wiedering's last
2 weeks.
not his first quarter against Sydney. I didn't like his first quarter, but since that first quarter against Sydney, he looks to be back in
a lot better
form.
Yeah, it's so funny. Him and Harry are starting to get out of it,
But again, what are we doing as fans, individuals?
Yeah,
and I'm going to get onto that soon.
Votes, so we've got no choice.
No, but I'm saying again, but that's all I'm hearing now.
And this is the problem. And like now we're reverting back to like,
but Wiedering's back.
This is back. When this should have already been there.
And this is where I say, as fans, and I will get to it later, like people say, oh yeah, but I rock up. Mate, that's only half your duty.
Yeah.
The rest of your duty is to ensure that all your motivations and what you're doing is actually...
Save it.
All right.
Dow in.
I gave 5 to Chera.
I like it. Deserves a 5 if you're going to give him 5.
And 4 to Kemp. Either way.
How good was Kemp, mate?
I'm telling you, it was very impressive, mate. And McKay, good on him.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Back in
Kicked the 3 goals. Wiedering, and then I gave 1 to Kennedy. That one mate could have gone anyway. So there you go.
Mikhail will hopefully have a big one this week.
I know you don't like this, but here we go.
What do we got going on here?
We got the votes.
Leaderboard.
Wow.
Chera, Walsh and Charlie. Equal.
Yep.
Newman will drop off. How's a drop off out from like first and second to the rest?
That
like
says
it's just,
a lot.
It does say a lot.
That says a lot.
It says a lot, yeah. That says a lot. And there you go. So there's the thing. So Chera is really...
If he continues to go at this rate, he'll win our BNF. Chera.
Yep.
I've loved his year.
100%.
Yeah.
He's had a great year. And we were critical of him last year. We didn't think he did enough for the, like the money, him coming over, high pick.
It comes as no surprise that when the pressure has been its highest and expectation has been its highest this year, the bloke who's not been part of the mess for the last 5 to 7 years is our best performer.
Yeah.
And you can include Brodie Kemp in that as well.
Yeah.
The disappointing is like Hewitt. Hewitt's been disappointing this year.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's got an injury or what's going on.
No, he's just
he had the
found
back
out
surgery in the off season, and then he.
So I don't know.
But he's limited.
Because we thought.
Yeah.
He's a limited footballer.
Hewitt had a great year last year.
He did. But he's limited.
He had the back surgery a little bit before Walsh, right?
He did.
Yeah. Well, you missed the last 3 or 4 weeks, didn't he?
Yeah.
2 or 3 or 4 weeks.
He's limited though. What is he? Nearly 30 now. Hewitt.
Is he?
Close to 28, 29. I think he is. Anyway, whatever.
But still, limited or no limited, last year...
His drop-off's been enormous.
He was at 25, 28%.
Yeah.
His drop-off has
one
been
of the
enormous.
reasons I reckon Curnow... No, sorry, fucking... Cripps won the Brownlow.
No, his drop-off has been off the charts. He dropped off the chart.
All right, next week.
What do we got?
That's what it's just been us for the last 8 next week. It's been the same thing.
Listen, did you expect to beat Melbourne?
Yes.
Did you?
I really thought...
They were gettable. They were really gettable on the night. But
not as much as this week.
It's Sunday, 11th of June, 7:15 p.m. It's on the Sunday.
I don't know what the Bulls are doing right now.
King's birthday game that they're going to try to promote. The way we're playing, no one wants to promote anything.
I have to say this into the microphone. Really into the microphone. I fucking hate this club.
You said this. You reckon they're more gettable this week than Melbourne?
Essendon.
No, not Carlton. I hate Essendon.
Yeah.
I cannot. The very thought and mention of them, I just get.
But do you
the
believe
blood
that
just
under my skin.
boils in me?
Do I reckon what?
Do you believe they're ahead of us now?
No.
Yeah,
I'm delusional.
they've been ahead of us for the last 10 years.
No, but he's saying no, he doesn't believe
No, they've been ahead of us for the last 10 to 15. They've made finals.
No, but I mean,
club.
in the last few years, you'd think that in the last 2 years we should have been
No,
ahead of them.
we're almost even keel.
No, we should have been way ahead of them this year.
Should have. Based on our trajectory, maybe. Maybe, I don't know.
I'll be ropeable if we lose this week. Ropeable.
Oh, the Sharks are circling.
How are we going to win this game? Like, you say we're going to win, but I can't...
Do you know what this reminds me of? Do you remember 2021? I forgot who we lost to the week before, but we came up against Essendon. I remember thinking, like, boys, you've got to do one for the fans.
Yeah.
Oh, the high-scoring game.
This type of game, this one's for the fans. Like, Collingwood is as well.
Yeah.
And
we lost to the Bulldogs. Remember we were up against the Bulldogs and we lost?
That's right.
We lost to the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
We were sitting together.
That's right.
And then the week after, we sat together again and Saad kicked the goal against Essendon. That big
Stocker with the big bump on Stringer early in the game. Dow had the first 5 minutes. He had like 5
Oh,
minutes. He's got the
yeah.
poke in the eye.
And then Cripps kicked that running goal.
Yeah. So
Harry was spewing his guts up before the game.
Yeah. That's
always got into the fight.
Yeah.
That game.
That's
McGovern
right.
fucking
Actually,
gave
we
Redmond
showed
a
heaps of
punch.
highlights of the fights and everything. Yeah,
That was the best day. It was a beautiful day at the MCG, and
It was a very sunny day.
it was.
Yeah.
We need. They need one for the fans and themselves.
I
And
think
we
one
need
of
to
us
win.
broke a chair that day. Didn't
Mars did, yeah.
Mars broke a chair.
Broke a chair in a win.
Oh, that was when those blokes started the old Essendon supporters on the right hand side. They started them, yeah.
Dr. Reed.
Remember, we started lipping off early, and then there were spot fires at like.
that's right. Oh, that's when someone came up to me and wanted to give me fucking
What?
some fruit because he thought it was Ramadan, wasn't it?
Nah, I think he thought you were Muslim or something.
Yeah, so he wanted to give me
some-
fruit because
Oh,
they can
really?
eat
the
fruit.
fast.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
and he comes up and he goes, "You want a thing?" And I'm going, "No."
See, the Essendon supporters this week won't do what the Collingwood supporters did the other week. The Collingwood supporters the other week they backed off us.
Yeah.
The Essendon supporters
No, they won't. They
will
won't
pick
because-
at us, and you just got to try and hold your nerve. If it swings to the Bombers' momentum,
They're playing better than us at the moment.
they are.
Heaps better.
They are.
Did they
but-
win today?
Well, they're playing now.
Are they? Check the scores.
I'm worried to check just in case.
Go north.
No,
I'll tell you right now.
So you give us no chance this week.
No, I'll give us. I said no chance that they'll lose against North. But no. It's to me, it's a 50-50 game.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Do you have a jump?
51-49.
Okay.
I'll give it just. I think they got.
51. Oh, as in like
Their
the
way,
split.
yeah,
I thought that was
51-40.
what you thought the score was going to be.
I'll take 51-49.
Yeah. Do you feel it's the beating jungle drums if he loses this week? I've heard that sentiment so far. Like, if we lose this week badly, that's it. They're going to sack him. And do you get that imminent feeling about this game?
I don't even know.
I don't think so. I don't get that
anymore.
even
I don't
feeling
even
that
know
they're
anymore.
going to sack him if
No, I
he
don't
loses
think
this
it is.
game. I
hope
think
they
that's
don't.
over.
I hope
I don't
they
think they're going to do that. I just think that, they'll be up for it again. They'll be up.
you don't
We can't
believe
kick goals, mate.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't
no,
believe
it's
in
right.
it.
Look, let's just bring it back to the basic raw game, right?
yeah.
How are you going to win? All right, you got the emotion, but we had the emotion with Cribbs and Harry last
Is
week.
this-
That didn't work.
Out of all the games that you look at in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is this probably the easiest opponent
No.
we face?
Yeah, I
Well,
think
who
so.
is then?
I reckon Sydney was the easiest.
Sydney at the SCG.
Yeah.
That's a tough assignment.
But they were
Very
undermanned. They had a bloody 48-year-old playing in the forward line like that. We should have won that. I don't think Essendon's that easy.
For mine, I think this is the most winnable game out of that.
You reckon?
And
Yeah.
Gold Coast.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the other question. I know if a win's a win.
Isn't it funny? Like we can
Well,
probably.
It's big.
We need a pressure release.
Oh, you do.
I know that like
This
this
is
is not
for
going
a
to mean
week.
anything. I understand
That's
that.
what I was
This
gonna
is my
say,
fear,
yeah.
Mate.
This is my fear.
We're talking 6 losses in a row. Like you
No,
can't
you can't.
do that.
This is my fear. If we get beaten by Essendon, the Gold Coast game that's the sealer.
Fuck.
him.
That's yeah.
I hope not.
I don't think it, but my fear is that's going to be the sealer because no one is going to
So you
cop
reckon-
a loss at the MCG
So
to the
you
Gold
reckon
Coast
we
Suns.
lose the next two?
If we do,
How you
Just say we lose the next two. Only kicking 40 to 50
yeah,
points, right? You reckon they'll make the move?
They'll call it.
I fear they will.
Yeah.
I
Well, that's
fear
all
they
we've
will.
known, Rock.
I fear they will.
That's all we've known.
I can't see is that going to help anyone.
No, this is the thing because if you sack him, who's coming in? Start relationships all over again.
I was surprised that very surprised to see that we weren't favourite in this game. Like, really surprised.
Which one? The Essendon?
This game, yeah.
Mate, I don't get what you're thinking, man. Like,
No, I was
they're
really
playing some
surprised.
good football. They're kicking some goals, right?
They're playing free.
Yeah.
New coach.
Yeah.
New system.
Yeah.
right? And we are the complete opposite. We struggle to kick goals. We can't hit a target. The pressure builds and builds
Yeah.
and builds. You know what I mean? I'm afraid that if we start bad,
Yeah.
it's all over. The
Yeah.
confidence is shot.
Yeah, no, we can't. We
Having
just can't
said
start.
that, we'll be beating.
All right, let's give the tips.
We'll be beating Essendon.
How much?
We'll be beating them. It'll be a pressure release for the short term. honestly, I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think we've got the capacity to blow a team out right now. I think a frustrating 13-point win.
That's nice. But I'm telling you, 13 points, mate. That would be.
Yeah, no, I think
just I want to
as much as
I want to smile again.
No, I think we will win on Sunday as well.
10-day break.
Yeah, I actually think it's fun. As crazy as this sounds, even though Paul's call is going to be an interesting one, I actually think we'll win our next 3.
Yeah, I think they're the winnable ones. Now, if you go through the rest of the season, you tick off the winnables. Anyway,
whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
So
know.
you win by how much? How much you going to win by?
22 points.
Nice. That's a good win.
we've just come off 3 games in 12 days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No excuses.
So we get a big break now.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't think we'll win.
think we'll lose.
I think that's the overarching sentiment.
Fair enough.
And I'll tip Carlton in my tips.
It's hard to make it. It's hard to make a case for us.
Well, then you think we'll win.
Huh?
Then you think we'll win.
Nah, because for the tips I just can't go against them. But in reality, like the deep inside, I can't see us winning. We'll lose this.
It is. It's hard to see it.
It is hard.
And we might actually lose this pretty badly.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're playing good footy, man. I've watched this, isn't it?
They're playing freely.
Well, Brad Scott has come from the AFL. He's helped shape the modern game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows where the game's
And
going.
it is a little bit of a honeymoon period for them too, a little bit. Like, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for them to just collapse, you know.
They've got injuries too, though, don't they?
But they've won some games that they shouldn't have won, you know. They
beat Melbourne.
They beat Melbourne over there, you know. Like, it was interstate. They won a few good wins, you know, and they do what they have to do. Like, we beat West Coast by 108. You know, it's a big. You know, they just beat them by 50. They did what they had to do, you know. Like, they're playing this. So trust me, man. I'm going hard, man, and I'll leave that ground. You know, there's going to be some words said to all of them. You know, like I love it, but
yeah, fuck. The only thing,
especially Essendon Collingwood to me.
The only, actually, I can't even say that because we're on track to be like North Melbourne this year. Maybe the easy kill because they're up by 20 points at the moment. Maybe if they have that easy kill. Because I think the test for them against Carlton will be much more difficult than it is against.
It's definitely going to be difficult, and it won't be
so
easy.
They might not be as prepped up. For
I hate to talk about individuals, but you can't keep Curnow down for too long in trips.
He was pretty poor.
They can't keep being this poor for this long. You know, I get it. You're out of form. You're out of confidence, but it's 5 games now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's 7 of 8. It's
bad.
What, are we just going to keep seeing L's? Are we going to win 6 games, 7 games for the year? No.
No. I reckon, you know, like to me, like we'll lose and maybe then the Gold Coast here and then.
So say you do win your next 3. I'm just hypothetically like, what are you? No, what are you now? No. I'm just saying.
We did this in Sydney.
I'm just saying. Like, say you win your next 3, you get you're back to an even ledger.
Yeah.
So, and they're all winnable games. It's not.
Yeah.
Like me saying that
you
get a few players.
Let me say me saying right, and I'm looking at. Beating Essendon, Gold Coast and Hawthorn.
He's not out of the question.
Me tipping Carlton against those 3 teams is not... Am I doing anything outlandish?
No.
But that's what I'm saying. No. It's not like I'm going ahead and saying, it's 50-50 against it's Porter. You know what I mean? Like, it's... I thought we would go into each of those 3 games favourite. That's how I looked at it.
Well, it would have been nice. You beat Melbourne and then the confidence would have been up and that, you know, but... The way we play.
Anyway,
but you're right. If you win the next 3,
we'll see.
Then you're even ledger. Then you got Fremantle and Port Adelaide.
Yeah.
Let's say you happen to win one of them.
Stop now. Okay.
Right.
Too
then you got West Coast
again.
Too far.
And then Collingwood's always a 50-50. St Kilda, I reckon, are gettable.
Too far.
Melbourne are shit. The Gold Coast Suns, you're going to beat them again. And the Giants, we could end up like top 4 the way we're going.
Very funny.
Wow.
Next.
We need the bye, that's for sure.
Realistically,
got to find a way to win one of the next 2.
If you win one of the next 2, at least it's something.
Get to the bye, let them go and discharge a little bit.
Yeah.
Mentally, I don't know, refresh somehow.
All right.
Anyway.
Enough rubbish.
Rare of the reserves.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
How do I do this? There it is.
Smash the baklava.
How good is it?
Hello, everybody. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Hey, Dr. Nick.
They got away with one, the Rezzies. They got away with one. They were down by about 4 goals early in this one. And stormed home to win by 3 points, 76 to 70. Was it 76 to 73? Is that what I got here? 10-16 to 10-13.
Yep.
Frankston, if you remember last season, scored that unbelievable come from behind victory at three-quarter time when they were down by like 7 goals over there at Frankston's ground and stormed over the top of us. But it wasn't really a role reversal in this game. But, they're a proud standalone club, Frankston, but were able to get the job done through a Lockie Plowman 50-metre bomb from the boundary on the run. Nabomba. Yeah. It would have got an Nabomba call, but it's VFL, so it doesn't really count.
It was a pommy.
Ollie. So he does a little bit of soccer calling for SEN. He's a young fella, 19. He's a Blackburn Rovers fan. Oliver Walker-Peel, I believe his name is. Very interesting hearing an English voice commentate the footy. I mean, we've heard it, obviously, on our channel with Pommy, but actually commentating.
Doing a commentator.
I must admit, I did have a chuckle.
I didn't hear it.
His line at the end of it was like, "Oh, he's all full of class, like him, Melbourne." And I was just like, "Oh, Ollie," I'm like, "You haven't watched Carlton." So it was a classy finish, though.
Yeah.
I must admit, this kid has mate, Jackson Binns. Wow.
Well,
another impressive performance. I think he will get his debut this week.
Yep.
I hope he gets his debut this week. I think the club needs a little bit of just something to grasp on, someone to play for. There's not that they shouldn't. I know we're fucking reverting back to this again, but yeah, I'd like to see him play. It's a bundle of energy. Should have seen the run to set up one of the goals in the last quarter. Just like the willpower to want to get to the next contest and influence it, and his disposal is pinpoint too.
So just quickly, another two that I want to talk about quickly.
Yep.
Is Cunningham.
Yep.
He got a few.
He did. He was very good. Liked his game.
But still not ready?
No, I think he and Jack Martin are ready.
Mm-hmm. And Martin was the other one I was going to say. He had like 18 possessions.
Yeah, no, but both of them got through pretty well. But again, it'll be the same story. They're unreliable. We know they have talent. We know they will get a game from now till the end of the season. Can they sustain it? I don't know. Will they get contracts at the end of the year? I highly doubt it.
Martin's contracted, no?
No?
No? Doesn't have a year
I don't
left?
think he does. I don't think he does. I'm not...
I know Cunningham's out of contract, but I think
19,
Martin's got
21, 22, 23. Was it a 4-year deal?
It's 5, no?
Well, maybe it might be 5. He
I
might
don't
have.
know anymore.
No, I think he's out of contract. Anyway,
Tell us in the chat.
Regardless,
By this time, we're watching.
Yeah, no, he was, and so they should be against this type of opposition. With all due respect to Frankston, but I mean they're probably the only 3 I'd be looking at, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I saw. It'd be them 3 there.
Marchbank?
Okay,
How did he go?
won't come into the team.
No.
Well, who would he?
Unless they say, well, Mitch McGovern, you're complete. But I know McGovern had a few drop marks, but he was.
They won't drop Mitch McGovern.
No, they won't drop. No, McGovern, unless they say Lewis Young, you're out because there's a little bit.
Bit going on.
Yeah, there's a bit going on there between he and Wiedering. They're clearly not seeing eye to. Nah, they're not seeing eye to eye. That concerns me. That really concerns me, and I don't like when players. I get he's the leader of the back line, right? I don't think he's in a state where he should be making calls on who he's playing with. I get it, I understand it, but mind you, I will say I've been calling for Lewis Young to be dropped since the Adelaide game. He should have been dropped after the Adelaide game.
He hasn't had it. And he's another one that's dropped off.
He's dropped right. But again, what was it? Contract year last year.
But it can't be.
It happens all the time, mate.
All the time.
It happens all the time, mate.
Everywhere in the world it happens.
All the time.
Well,
all
then.
The time. Anyway, look,
That's
he's
the
out of form.
case.
Look, there are ample replacements.
Put them all in 1-year deals.
No, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what the answer is. But if you're telling me that, and I know I see it happens too. But if you're telling me on contract year they all of a sudden play well,
I know. Yeah.
Forward thinking. Why is that?
Yeah. Desperation.
Well, yeah, do or die. Yeah, do or die.
So maybe
as I say,
should be do or die always.
It's like Batman out of the prison.
Oh yeah, that's right.
How can you make the climb without the fear of death itself?
Yep. Then you got
Make the climb without the rope. Mm-hmm. So look, if they want to make ample replacements with regards to VFL form, there's the.
We'll see.
Who would, the question is who would come in for bin? Maybe Cottrell comes out. Well, yeah, maybe O'Brien comes out. Yeah, he was far out. God, he was not good. He was not good at all. Yeah, I think they need to get Binns in. I think it's a good, good game for him to debut.
Right. He's been playing
MCG,
well.
MCG, home ground, home crowd,
home game
against the rival, home game.
How many people?
60.
Yeah, I reckon we'll get about 60.
Yeah.
Not much
maybe a little bit more because it's a Sunday night. You got the day off after.
Yeah, 64, 65 maybe.
We'll see.
All right.
Yeah. So look, I mean, I enjoy watching the reserves more than the AFL boys.
Fair. That says a lot.
Yeah, I enjoy watching them more because because there are VFL listed boys there who play with the freedom.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Play footy. Like I said this a few weeks ago, I don't enjoy watching the game anymore. Like I enjoy moments of it.
Yeah.
There's anxiety going to watching now. It's uncomfortable.
And just so Joe Adamo knows, Ben Crocker had a good game this week.
He lit a fire under Benny Crocker's.
That's all right. That's okay. It's all right.
Well, we all live and we learn.
Could you imagine if an old Carlton player wore a Collingwood scarf in the 80s or the 90s? They would have knifed him. I get where Joe came from.
I agree. I get where he came from.
I completely get.
I missed it. I don't know what happened.
Oh, he said because Crocker had a Collingwood scarf on.
He was at Steel Side Bottoms 300,
and they're all very like.
Oh
yeah, I think was he part of Side Bottom's wedding or something, or was
I think so. I think they're.
I need to wear the scarf.
I don't like that look.
Yeah, I don't.
And I didn't like it when Murph did it with the Eagles. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like
Joe
that.
put a tweet out showing a video of Crocker at the Collingwood game, and he basically just said, we're a fractured club, lacking identity. Yeah. This is the captain of the VFL team. So I get where he was coming from, and Joe said it on the show last week. Like his execution wasn't great, but mate, that's all of us.
Mate, our execution as a club hasn't been great for 20 years.
Yeah.
These blokes can't even kick.
Listen, he owned it, and then Crocker put a photo up on his story.
Having a dip
days
back.
later, him in a Carlton Guernsey, and he said, "Go Baggers," and he tagged the Blues Brothers. So it was all done in good fun and good jest. But mate, you live and you learn. We all make mistakes online, and the way what we intend to say and how it comes out. Like we've all done it. So
no one's perfect, mate.
We've all done it.
I lose sleep sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Me too. The other night. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we lose sleep sometimes. Anyway.
So that's it out of the reserves.
Yeah, that's it.
On your Benny Crocker.
All right, listen. We're going to do this other segment, but there's nothing to talk about. But you know who doesn't lose sleep?
Who doesn't lose sleep? The Sharon Stone.
The Sharon
Basic
Stone.
Instinct. What is it? Here we go.
The Sharon Stone.
It's one of the greatest movie scenes of all time.
It's the best, man. If you pause it at the right spot. It's the best.
Oh,
Rocco Safridi.
Oh dear, oh, mate.
I love it, mate. She's a bella ragazza, mate.
I know, I'm thinking
of
a
beautiful woman.
A beautiful woman. Yeah.
And even in Casino, how good was she in Casino?
God, what was her name in Casino again? I can't remember her name in Casino now. Robert De Niro's
we have got the
wife.
plain
Robert
and
De Niro's
simple.
wife.
Who's the plain and simple in this?
Who did we say? We said Chera.
Who is the plain and simple, by the way? I don't know. Who is our plain and simple?
It used to be Newman.
Newman. We'll leave it as Newman.
Yeah, he's plain.
Newman's our plain and simple.
Yeah, he's got a bit of spice, but yeah.
You reckon?
He does the basics right every week. That's
does.
why
That's
that's
true.
your chicken and mayo. Whack a bit of salad on it.
Fair.
She'll be right. The Aussie.
Cripper.
Well, that we made it Bucky.
Oh yeah.
Bucky. And then when Peter Brown was here, I made it to Peter Brown.
Why did he keep calling Alex Marcoux Marcel?
That was his nickname.
Was it?
Yeah.
I was loving it. Marcel.
Yeah, Marcel. Because I forget what commentator. Because his name is Marcoux. He pronounced it like Marcel.
Oh, right.
So his name is Marcel. Yeah.
Australians.
Marcel.
Yeah, so
Northern suburbs.
that's
boy.
it.
Yeah.
Next.
You know who's not Marcel?
Get him up. Get him up. Get him up. Get him up. Come on.
Hey,
Get me excited.
Let's
Get
go.
me excited. Yes. Yes.
E mangia pasta, pomodoro pelato e patate 9.
Pasta with the sauce and potatoes. Look at him.
Eccoci qua ragazzi, capolavoro, pasta poi ottima, faidine e pomodoro pelato italiano 9 internazionale. E adesso
Why, this is
ci
the best.
mettiamo un pochettino no, stavolta lo facciamo alla paparotta, un poco di
Neve in Italian means snow.
Comprate ragazzi, guardate che meraviglia, piatto semplice. La semplicità paga ragazzi.
You guys,
E
the
poi con i prodotti
simpleness
italiani
pays off.
non sbagli mai.
He's not wrong.
Buon pranzo a tutte quante voi, com'è?
Happy and a good lunch to all of you.
Love it.
Internazionale ragazzi. Un grande abbraccio a tutte quante voi, grazie a tutti per il seguito, grazie a tutte quante. Com'è? Internazionale. 1, 2, 3, le faidine a me. Con la patatina.
Little potato.
I love it.
He's
so
the best, mate. He is the best. They got him on mainstream radio in Italy, and they've made a song.
Yeah, they got the song now.
Yeah, mate.
This is
Mate, it's crazy.
And I wanted to show, I tried to do it, but the copyright wouldn't let me play it right. But he's dancing to it. It is the best man to play.
They've already copyrighted him.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's
The
so
song's
good.
copyrighted.
He's actually the best.
The internet.
International.
All right, listen. I interviewed one of the greats this week. One of the greats. I'm telling you, team of the century. I said this to him. Do you believe it? Like your team of the if someone said you're the team of the century, you are the best player
That team.
Yeah.
in the 22 for the whole century.
Yeah.
How good is that, Trevor Keogh? And what a star gentleman too, man. He was
Good fella.
100%. So
Nice.
let's have a look at some highlights of him.
Keogh goes for a short one, looking for Jezelenko.
Lower the eyes. Lower the eyes.
Do you ever see that with our forward line now?
Look at him go. Look at him go.
Oh, wow.
Keogh breaks clear. He comes around the switches. He tries a short one. It could come off.
And look at this thing.
Carlton hitting targets. Carlton hitting targets from a kick.
Look at the mentality.
They had this mentality of taking off.
Ball not clear, and Keogh scouting the pack cleverly. He's got it. He's got walls, and he's.
And look at him drops the eyes.
To Keogh.
Thank you for coming.
Keogh gets away and shoots for goal. And puts it through.
I love the
That's a caller.
Yeah,
He's ready to fall asleep.
Packet comes now. There's the goal.
This against Essendon. This looks like it, yeah. Windy Hill.
What a
Look at
kick.
that.
Was that his opposite?
Yeah.
He bounces off Southby. Hand passes to Keogh. It drops short, but Keogh's
Wow.
got the ball. Fiddling around.
Yeah.
The boundary line. It's
Yeah.
totally a wide
Like the fundamentals don't. The fundamentals don't go away, do they?
No.
Keogh is
No.
still going. There's
Still
no
going.
way to catch him. Towards Pickett. Pickett down towards Keogh. It's over his head, but he's got the run. Keogh is in the pocket on the eastern side. He tries to manoeuvre his way
That's what
around.
we need to
Does
do
it.
more of, huh?
Waverley? Looks like we'll
Yeah,
Waverley.
looks
Yeah.
like Waverley, yeah.
Around and goes straight down the centre. Up goes Pickett. No mark, however. Comes across here.
How many games did he play?
Two, I'll tell you now.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you will. You will.
I'll tell you now.
And of course, brought to you by the Spirit of Carlton, just in case
Did
you
you
can't.
know?
The Spirit of Carlton.
It's the vision.
Oh, the vision?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Just in case you can't see the watermark.
Can't see the watermark. I wouldn't have
Just
been able to see.
I wouldn't have noticed it. Yeah.
Might contact them. I think we should make it bigger. The Spirit of Carlton. It's not big enough.
Where are the crumb gatherers? There's one.
Would you like some video with that Spirit of Carlton logo?
I love the grounds too, man.
How's the sponsor? Marlboro.
Oh, I love the Marlboro.
Now.
We didn't go around.
Back to Dool.
Dool, look at, hey,
Wow.
you ever seen Dool?
No. He might be one of the only guys to have a goal assist for Bruce Dool. That's a feather in the cap, I reckon.
Oh, he takes it. Look at this. One of the greats seriously was, and every single player that talks about him says he's what a fantastic player and a bloke he was, and he was. He was such a nice bloke.
Keogh pulls Antuck down and emerges with a footy. Stabs it into Sheldon. Stabbed it out of Keogh centre half forward. He decides to break away. Lines up the goals from 35 metres out.
See, they're still, like, the basics are still... They can all kick footies.
They played with basically get the ball.
Yeah.
You either pass to someone or you kick a goal. Like, it's simple, you know what I mean?
Through the sticks.
So 208 games, 191 goals, premiership players 72 and 79, best and fairest 76, 78, Vic rep in 76, 78, Carlton team of the century, Carlton Hall of Fame, and in his last year when they put him in the reserves for like half a season, he won the BNF in the reserves just to finish off his career.
Bang.
He done a knee, and he says a story about how he does his knee, so you'll see that he does his knee in a practice match. He caused hurricane harms, went through him in a practice match, and that's what they did. So, and then after that, it was never the same. So,
Back then, when you've done your knee, see you later.
Yeah,
she's all over.
All right, so let's have a look at this little bit of a
interview.
Bang,
good stuff.
Till I'm dead and buried deep within a cemetery, I will fight, never weary, I wanna be legendary. Till I'm dead and buried deep within a cemetery, I will fight, never weary, I wanna be legendary. I'll be last place, that's alright. I don't work at a fast pace. I'm a steady horse creeping up.
And here we have him, Trevor Keogh. How are you, mate?
Good, mate.
Trevor, it is an absolute pleasure to be here to interview you today.
Thank you.
I've got to tell you, of all the players in your era that we have already interviewed, all of them say the same thing. Trevor Keogh was an absolute champion player and a great bloke and a great teammate. So
no, they're too kind.
No. I'm sure that it's no coincidence.
If a lot say it, then they're all.
So it's great to have you, mate, and thank you for inviting us into your lovely home.
Well, we were having a match practice on the number one oval outside of the footy ground, and I was on Jimmy Buckley's team.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he handballed one over the man on the mark to me. I didn't want it.
Right.
He handballed it over the top, and Hurricane Harms saw it happening, and he came screaming down and crashed into my back, twisted my knee.
Oh no!
And that was it.
So Harmsy, in a practice match, caused you to have an injury.
Buckley and Harms.
Goodness, man! And this was a pre-season game.
Would you?
Pre-season.
1980.
Yep. That would have stuffed your season.
It did.
Yeah.
I think I always felt confident once I was on the ground.
In your ability.
Yes, that I could get the ball and I could do things.
Yeah.
So I wasn't worried about but when I first went down there, it sticks in your head. You're too small. You're too small.
Yeah.
So I train. We go into the showers. This was I think it might have been in 1970. It could have been 71.
Yeah.
You go into the showers and. Here's all these big blokes next to me. They're 6 inches or a foot taller.
Yeah.
Jesus, I wish I had.
I
wish I was that size.
Yeah.
But
and in the change rooms, were they 6 inches longer as well?
No, I didn't look that far down. I was looking up there.
Just look at you. Always look up, man.
As a young bloke, you probably look around and think, "Wow."
That's funny. Yeah. Take it.
1972. Tell us about that year.
72. I think I played in 1972. That's how different it was. I think I played 35 games.
Really?
Counting
night games.
Practice games.
Oh, 9 games.
Practice games, night games.
Wow.
We finals, and we had a draw.
Yes.
In the finals.
Yes.
Had to replay that.
That's right.
Then we had a
state
3-game round robin thing with the premiers in Adelaide.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a bit later. We'll talk about that a little later.
So there you go.
So 35. There was some sort of club championship in Adelaide at the end of the 72 season.
Yep.
And you went over to Adelaide and played various teams. and there was a bloke called Big Mel Brown playing for one of the South Australian teams. I'm not sure which one it was. Was it Norwood? Might have been Norwood. And all of a sudden, there's a bit of a stoush on the ground, and a few Carlton players are hopping into him, and you just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Do you remember that?
Yeah, no, I put myself in that position.
You did.
I did. I can't deny that.
And he went whack.
Call him something.
He just saw you coming towards him, and whether you'd done anything or not, he just went, "That's it. He's in my way."
It was the second time.
Second time
Is that right?
I think it was.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Did he break your jaw?
No,
he didn't.
No,
it was a nice.
Because there's a lot of footage that claims that Mel Brown broke your jaw.
East Fremantle. I was trying to.
Oh, it was East Fremantle. That's right. Because he's a Western Australian boy, isn't he?
Yep. Yeah, no, he didn't break my jaw. He could have done anything because it was a full on punch. Not turning around. I thought I'd lost some teeth.
Yeah.
So I've gone round and spat it out.
Yeah.
It was only spit.
Did you have a mouth guard on at the time?
No
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, Trevor, dual premiership player, 1972 and 1979. You also played for Victoria on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, once.
Best and fairest.
Well, I've got it here that 76 and 78 that you were representative of Victoria.
No?
Don't
think so.
Oh, okay. We'll check on that. But certainly two best.
Just take it. That's another.
Certainly two best and fairest. Two best and fairest in 76 and 78, and of course, as Rocco mentioned, Hall of Fame. Carlton team of the 20th century. You are an ornament to the game, let alone the Carlton Football Club. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate. And now you can add legend of the jumper punch to that.
I'm proud of that.
And we'll finish up as we always do when we cheer on our team.
Go Blues. All right. How good was that?
Good fella.
Mate, I'm telling you, he's a star. He let us into his home, you know what I mean? Showed us all his memorabilia, which you'll see in the interview. You know, he's got jumpers and he's just a star, man. And just was... I'm telling you, I love doing these. I'm living my dream the last 2 years.
You look so happy when you're doing it.
I love it. We just talk footy. We talk about the Carlton that I love, you know what I mean?
It'd be nice to do it with a player that wins a flag, part of this group.
That's what it's all. And you know what the funny thing is? They want that too.
Yeah.
Who?
The ex-players.
Oh, yeah.
They want it.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Like, and to tell you the truth, it's killing them at the moment to see where the club's at. You know, they can't believe that the club they're like me, like the club that you knew, it's not the same club anymore, you know.
I got something to say about that too, but I actually think we should cut ties with all our ex-players because we don't deserve them. I'm telling you, we don't deserve them. The current people at the club don't deserve them.
They don't. But I was saying this the other day, I was thinking about it, because I've heard you say, like, oh, you know... Like,
they don't deserve them, mate, I'm telling you.
They don't deserve them, but the club doesn't deserve them, but it's disrespectful to say that. Because the blood and the sweat and the tears...
No, I think it's respectful to say it.
I reckon
you're actually putting them up into a high light.
Because for them, it's their club.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
I know that, but...
Yeah.
I don't think we deserve them.
What are you going to do with them?
Make them earn it. Make the players earn it.
They don't really communicate with the past players now.
They don't anyway, so it's very hard.
Cut ties anyway.
They have cut ties
in some respect.
Not in the right way.
I reckon they should involve them more. Because when I speak to a player, like an ex-player, they rev me up.
When I saw the footage of them watching the 1970 grand final before the Collingwood game,
I
was like, finally.
Yeah, how'd that
sitting with them next to him and them running them through the game.
How'd that go for him in the first quarter?
Well,
they don't care, mate.
No.
They don't get it. They don't get it. They don't get it.
No, they don't.
They don't get it, mate.
But that's again, it's down to the bloody leaders to make them understand that then when they walk into that club, I'll tell you one thing. Mark Koo said this. When when Perry come down from St Kilda, he was one that came, instead of going to St Kilda, he came from St Kilda and come into the 82 grand final, I think.
Right.
They brought him in there. And when he came, he said he knew straight away, like how important that jumper was. Coming from St Kilda, he knew straight away when he walked into that club. I don't think we do that now. They don't understand the importance of the jump.
Because they're not.
But how come they did then?
because they're not taught it.
Then this is the whole issue. Like we keep going, oh, they're not taught it, they don't understand it, they don't do that. Why? Why?
In front of them, the 16 cups are there as you walk in.
Like why? Why don't they understand it? You've got to make them understand.
That's part of the problem.
Well, that's right.
Because they get there and it's like, I'm here, I don't have to do anything now.
Well, we've got to make them understand that how important this club is. You know what I mean? I said this a few years ago and I still stand by. I wouldn't let them fucking wear the jumper until they play that day. And then I'll take it off them. Like, actually, if you lose, you're going to take it off on the ground and you're going to hand it to the steward and you're going to walk out without a top. I'm telling you, what's wrong with that? And you know, during training, there's no wearing of the jumpers. No. Right? Actually, you bring your own fucking T-shirts.
Yeah.
Right, I'm telling you, we've got to get to a stage where you got to, when you grab that jumper, it's got to mean something to you. It seems like, oh yeah, you know, like paper comes.
Some rules, some little rules and just symbolic rules. Yeah, something symbolic.
Yes, it doesn't have to be completely that, but you know what I mean.
No, I mean there's something in that.
The one thing they should do is every single player on game day should wear a suit to the ground.
Wow, that's old school, man.
Wear a suit to the ground. All professional players in world football get to the ground.
See, maybe we should be forward thinking into this. I know it sounds stupid to you. Well, you're going to wear this. You're going to get like Zach Fisher to wear a suit. Yeah, look maybe good, yes.
Look good, feel good.
Learn to do a tie for fuck's sakes. You know, do your bed in the morning.
You know what? I know.
Have you heard that story?
You know what, Mars?
It was some Marine. You like the Marine blokes, and he said the story about like, you got to make your bed every morning, and they go, well, what's the bed thing? Because if you make your bed, it's the first thing you've accomplished for the day.
Correct.
That's the first thing.
Yeah.
So if you make your bed every morning before you leave, right, that's the first thing you accomplish.
You know what Mars said, and I'm going to credit Mars for this, but he's been adamant over for the last couple of weeks and the last few months, and shout out to Mars, I'm sure he'll be watching. He said, you know what they need to do? Put all of them into like
all of
them at the club, players, coaches, everyone. Put them into an advanced escape room.
Oh, and they have to work together.
Yeah.
What would happen?
An advanced escape room.
How many voices would lead?
Well, this is the whole thing, man.
Yeah. How many voices would wait to be told what to do?
They need to
follow instruction.
I'm telling you.
And then you could probably work out.
I'm telling you now. Mars said it. They've got to be put into an escape room. And that's how you figure out who your leaders are and who can stand up and who doesn't.
Do you ever watch a series called Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
No, I can't. I know. I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
It's seriously the best sitcom ever.
Really?
It's funny as it's got Danny DeVito in there too, and they do this. Anyone that knows it, watch the one where they do the escape room, and it's the same what you're talking about there. It's absolutely amazing.
Telling you, throw them into an escape room.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, talk about bananas. Where are we up to? Where can you see this one? Let's do it.
Yep.
Bananas in pajamas are coming down the stairs.
Banana of the week, proudly brought to you by
Merino Bros.
You remember the whole deal?
Yes, spend $60 or more, and if you order the night before midnight, midnight, you'll get it the very next day.
How good is that?
It's unbelievable.
You deliver.
How long have they been sponsors? They've been
pretty much.
Were they the first?
year? Yeah.
The first was a coffee company.
Brandon
Melbourne. Yeah.
Shout out Brandon.
And then they come on halfway through the year, and they've been here. There.
Good old Marinos, mate.
You love that.
They're great.
The loyal sponsors.
Loyalty.
All right, listen to me. Now we get messages, right?
Yeah.
Now I don't mind any sort of message, right?
Yeah.
But there's two reasons I'm going to put this up, right?
Okay.
Because first of all, let's have a bit of a read of it.
Yep, all right.
So you can read it because you've got good eyes. Who's it from?
Oh, this nut. That's
Peter Nut 358. I love to get my weekly fix of laughing at delusional Carlton bandwagoners. What have we had to bandwagon about?
Yeah, bandwagon.
Anyway, okay, fair enough. Carlton is the only club that allows ex-players and wealthy hangers on to run a club. Collingwood, the club you will never be. See if you can find some old paper bags. Okay, that's a clip.
Very funny. First of all, it's fantastic that Collingwood supporters watch a 3-hour show, right? A Carlton show. Sit through it.
I love it.
I love it. fantastic.
Hit
Because
subscribe.
Oh,
By the way,
subscribe. Become a member. Get your 25% off, 20% off, whatever it is.
And give us money.
Right? No, it's fantastic because your view actually YouTube paid us for. So thank you very much for that one there. You pimple-faced bloke who's probably in his bloody basement.
Who knows?
Right? No, I reckon he is. And then he made the statement about, only Carlton have those things. I'll just go through some of the presidents of Collingwood, all right?
Right.
Jim Sharp, former VFL player.
One.
Harris Curtis, former VFL player.
Two.
Sydney Coventry, former VFL player.
Three.
Tom Sharon, wealthy businessman.
Four.
Wow.
Ern Clark, wealthy businessman.
5.
Alan McAllister, wealthy businessman.
6.
Kevin Rose, businessman and former VFL player.
7.
Eddie Maguire.
Wow. 8.
And Mark Cordner, wealthy businessman.
Wow.
It's not just Carlton, mate. Know your facts before you talk, right? So you want to be funny, and that's all good, mate. You can say as many jokes as you want about us, and that's fine, you know. You're probably sitting there in your basement, your keyboard warrior, writing this stuff there. Who the hell watches a show and then gets on there and trolls?
Yeah.
What kind of loser trolls, right, sitting there by himself, right, probably screaming out to his mum, "Ma, give me the pimple cream," you know, like, "Oh, I told you to wash your hands before you touch your face," you know, you dead shit.
The one I can't
But
cop is
this is-
bandwagoners. I can't cop that.
Yeah.
I don't care. You can come on there and don't get personal, because that's when I get pissed off. Because last week a few Collingwood supporters got personal, and I told you to get rid of them, because you can say whatever you want, but don't get personal. But the other thing is, you know what's the worst part of that comment? I'll tell you what
What's
the
that?
worst part of that comment is.
What?
Right? Yesterday when I was like looking at the messages again, he's deleted it. So you weak prick, you couldn't even keep it on there, mate.
Fair enough.
Nah,
Right.
stuff you, man. You get on there, all real fucking funny, and no worries, mate. You can all laugh as much as you want, mate. But I'm telling you, mate, when you lose another final, because you have lost like 27 grand finals, you lost like 8 in a row, you've won 2 grand finals in 64 years, right? And you think you're such a successful club. No worries, man. In the modern era of the AFL, you've only won 1 more grand final than us. They won 9, in which they cheated, right? Because fucking Essendon had to play like 5 weeks in a row. They had to wait for 5 weeks because there was the draw against West Coast and everything, right? Against St Kilda was the draw, and then they played the week later. That was such a dumb fucking idea that they got rid of that idea, right? Get over it, man. No worries, man. Keep
Well, they
watching.
haven't won anything yet, so let's just, you know. They
And they
are
won.
premiership favourite for a
Premiership
reason. so.
duds, that's what they are. They're going nowhere, mate. I can't wait for it. Emily, we've got 1 injury. Let's wait for the rest here.
I know what mine is, but...
Okay, I'll go.
okay,
I've
you've
got to
got-
think.
okay. Mine goes to the London coffee prices.
Oh.
Oh, mate. Fuck, mate.
What's a coffee worth?
Anyway, we're at the Royal National Hotel, which we stayed at. Shout out, it's very nice. And
Is that like a posh hotel?
Oh, it's where it is, yes.
Oh, it's
but it's not like like a
Yeah.
6-7 star hotel. It's just nice enough for us
Yeah.
three. Like, fuck, we were going to get we had the breakfast buffet and all that, but the coffee at the breakfast buffet was the, you know, like the instant,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
aqua pisciata.
Yeah, aqua pisciata,
Piss
yeah.
water, right? It's okay, you know. But we're like, where can we actually get a proper coffee from? So around the corner from us, there was a nice coffee place. And I will say the coffee was great. $7 Aussie for a small coffee.
Wow.
For a small... $7 Aussie.
That's a lot.
Wow.
For a small cappuccino.
But English, like England prices, like it's pretty
Double.
expensive there.
But, like, mate, like if you think about it, mate, you pay, like, that's ridiculous.
It's crazy. You go to Dubai, mate.
London coffee prices. Or
Over
go
to Dubai.
Even more.
Oh, you said I was going to say less.
Yeah.
Dubai Airport. When we stopped over at Dubai Airport, it's like it's its own city.
Yeah, of course.
What an airport.
That's drug money, mate.
The McDonald's there was
mate.
pretty
That's
good
the
too. I might
best,
admit.
man.
Yeah, must admit. But London coffee prices, banana of the week.
Well,
Shocking.
be all prices, but
Oh, mate, everything. Alcohol was all right. Like beers are sort of similar because all they do is drink over there. But coffee and food, forget about it.
Wow.
I went to a convenience store. Have a listen to this. Went to the convenience store across the road. Euro Food and Wine Bar is what it was called.
Nice.
I got a an Oreo chocolate bar. I got toothpaste. I got. There you go. I got a tiny little Paddington bear for my sister, which was about that tall.
Oh yeah.
Right. 3 items. I got a drink, a Pepsi, and I reckon I might have got like a packet of like, the chocolate fingers, the sticks.
Oh yeah.
Got a couple of those.
Sweet tooth.
Yeah, I'm a bad sweet tooth. I haven't had one baklava.
No.
See my willpower today?
Oh wow.
Mind you, I had 7 of those.
Wait till the show finishes. You watch it like a month.
And guess what?
How much?
£36. I spent $70. I had just had a plastic bag with air in it. $70. I walked out when he goes, they go, the brother at the front, brother, how are you, brother? £36.
Yeah,
and I'm there, I'm looking at my phone trying to calculate. I'm like, fuck, I go, what have I done? And because you're overseas, like, you don't care.
No,
you just
don't care, man.
Tap. Unbelievable. Mind you, I love the city, but have you got one?
I've got one.
You found one. Okay, he's done his deep thinking.
I found one. It ended up being pretty easy.
Okay, well.
Pretty light banana, to be honest. Caroline Wilson.
Carolina Vidas.
Caroline Wilson. Now, I know how Caroline got the story, and she didn't do her due diligence on the story. I know exactly how that story got leaked.
So she's
okay.
She did not.
She's getting lazy.
Yeah, well, she went away for 5 weeks. She's on a holiday. So
now she's on a holiday, is she?
Dropped the bomb and away she
went. Okay, right. Yeah.
So
is she on the same plane as Luke Sayers?
I don't know.
They're both going to Italy.
They both go to Italy.
Times when times are tough.
Is he going to Italy?
Yeah.
He's going to Italy, like in a week or two.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
He is. It's his wife's birthday.
It's his wife's birthday. He reckons it's already planned and that, but regardless, it just looks terrible.
This was...
And
because I was going through him like, is it me? Because I got fired up on the Monday. I'm a banana, which I am. Nah, Caro. Yes, you're a goose, mate.
That's good.
No, you're not a
silly.
Goose. You're a banana.
You're a banana.
That is a banana.
The banana of the week.
Yeah, 100%. Man.
And I think it's all good to kick us when it's factual.
Yeah.
But when you make up stories, when you have that influence,
The best banana is when the bananas probably know they're a banana.
yeah. Which I think she does know. She must. Yeah, she does.
Well, I think she did apologise, did she not?
No.
Nah.
Never.
I thought
never does.
I saw someone
Footy
said
on 9 made a tweet saying it was wrong.
Someone, I think Channel 9 tweeted that she called him and apologised. Oh, that could be right. I don't know. Someone can confirm or
so, Caro, you're the banana.
She deserves a
of the week.
banana of the week.
Yes.
That's a good call.
Someone had to do
Watches
it.
the show anyway.
Yeah. You're watching the jumper punch. Mate.
That's it. Guys, the jumper punch. Can I give one more?
Yeah.
Go.
Let's go.
Oh God, what's this?
Are these opposition supporters?
No, where's this at?
The Melbourne game.
You're kidding me. Are you joking?
Not only the thing, the flag too.
That's ridiculous. I love how you played the song.
Man, what are you doing?
What are they doing? And there was a lot more. Like you see, like I'm telling you, since Mars brought it up, man.
It's so weird.
Actually,
it's so
banana of the week.
Another
Second one going to me.
Oh,
I'm giving it to myself.
Nice. I love when you give it to yourself.
Moving right along. I made the biggest rookie error, and I love flying. Like I love traveling.
Oh yeah, we know about this.
Yeah,
one.
like I absolutely love planes, love flying. Like I love the turbulence and like I don't know. I just get an adrenaline rush from it. We had 2 connecting flights, right? So we went from on the way up. We did Melbourne, Singapore, Dubai, Dubai, London, and on the way back it was the same thing. From Dubai to Singapore, no real issues with the flight. With Emirates, you get your in-flight meal. The in-flight meals are actually really, really good. Actually quite nice. Anyway, on the way into Singapore, I thought, I'm a bit hungry. I'm like, I'll have my meal now, right? Because I kind of left it on my tray.
What was it?
Grilled chicken with mushroom sauce and veggies and mashed potato. It was actually really nice.
Wow. I like it.
Good dessert too. They had they gave us these Ritz crackers that were like 2 Ritz crackers with chocolate in the middle.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm like, I'll have it now, right? It was about an hour before landing. I'm like, yeah, I'll have it now.
Nice.
Anyway, on the way into Singapore, the weather starts taking a turn for the worse, right?
The weather started getting rough.
And the plane became a trampoline. Like it was like to the side, up and down. And I'm like, oh God. And my food hadn't digested. and I became as white as a table.
Oh, wow.
And that's not the only problem. We missed our first landing because it was way too rough. So we're there, I'm there. We did 5 loops. So I'm feeling sick. We're going around in circles. It's taken us 20 minutes to land. We've got back in, survived it. Plane pulls into the terminal. I'm like, love, you know these little bags you got? I need a bigger one. Big plastic bag. I get off the plane. I'm sitting in the Singapore terminal like this, on the ground like that. I was like that. I was dead for 2 hours, mate. Dead.
Wow.
Rookie move.
That is bad. Yeah, but
Don't
normally,
eat an hour before landing.
Yeah, but normally that shouldn't be a problem.
Nah.
Usually.
Nah. I was gone, mate. Gone. Max gone. Banana of the week to me.
Well done.
Then you
mate.
You got up for that?
Got home, unpacked the bag, straight to bed. Up the next day, motion sickness at the MCG.
Watching that.
Yeah. I chucked up twice.
Wow. Wow.
I felt like Terry Wallace. I'll spew up! And I did.
You know what that was?
What was it?
Ma di che cazzo stai a parlare? Ma di che cazzo stai a parlare a te? Che bello. Ma che cazzo sta a fare? Ma che cazzo sei? Ma che cazzo?
Buzz done a great job with those graphics, hasn't he? Yes. 3, 2, 1. Mark Cazzo! I was doing that to myself. Doing that to the whole footy club.
Oh, wow.
What do you got for us this week, Rocco?
Let's see the Roccocella. Hey, listen.
Hey, listen.
We haven't been getting much of that lately, God. Hey, listen.
Because he's not up and about.
Come on. Give us something.
Drivers here, right, are
Yes.
just the worst, mate, right? The worst, man. We should get this bloke to teach everyone to drive. If you can't, like, my thing is, if you can't do what you're going to see next, you don't get a license.
Okay, all right.
This is how it should be.
Okay.
That's how I look at it.
All right. What the fuck? Oh, sheesh. How's he getting out of there?
No way. He hits that for sure.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
He let someone out.
Yeah. Okay. Holy moly.
That's crazy. Okay.
Wow, that is brilliant.
The other car's like, no, what's that called? He don't give a fuck. Let's get through, mate. Off we go. Look at the car that backed off.
What's that truck doing there in the first place?
I know.
Well, that's where that's where the stuff
They've
is.
got to drop it off.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Merino Bros.
True.
That was Merino. That's when they delivered.
That's a Merino Bros delivery driver. That's what you're going to get.
100%.
A brilliant driver.
Listen.
Hey, listen.
You know when something happens and you go, what's the chances of that happening, eh?
Yep.
Can't win a premiership, that would be one. But what's the chances of that happening? Well, have a look at this. He's got the shark.
No way.
He's got the pliers.
Something's going to eat the shark.
There goes my pliers.
No?
He loses
There
the
they go.
pliers.
They're gone. No more pliers.
Okay. Right. Now what?
Where are they? Are they on him?
I have pliers.
What is he
I might
doing?
need those. Oh!
What?
Oh! No way!
No way.
Caught the pliers.
Wow.
What's the chance of that happening?
I was waiting for his hand to go.
Yeah,
That's what I was waiting for. Well, that's the bigger chance of happening. Get your arm bitten off by a shark when you're dealing with one.
Far out. And you know, being guys on the boat, you would have been like, so everyone
I thought
would
it
have been
was going to.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be one of those play stupid games, win stupid prizes type scenarios.
I just found this funny. I just called this, because you listen to the old man at the end, it's called You're Kidding Me.
You fucking kidding me? That was you. Grab the fucking tongs.
Now, what we're going to do, right?
That's
That's unreal.
You don't
What
have
we're
to be
gonna do
dead to
now
be
is
stiff.
We're going to watch that again, right? Mm-hmm. But now I want everyone to imagine the dad as Luke Sayers, right?
Okay.
And the kid is Carlton. Right? Now watch it. Preparing everything. Carlton comes along.
You fucking kidding me?
Oh God. Oh God.
I heard this girl and I couldn't figure something to write, so I just wrote this is exactly what Mucker Cuts it is.
All right. This is exactly what Mucker Cuts is all about.
I mentioned in my last video that I went clothes shopping for my children, and a lot of people are shocked to hear that I have children, considering I sued my parents for having me without my permission. But I just want to make a couple of things clear here. So my parents that I sued, they contributed to, conceiving me, and my mother that raised me, she gave birth to me. And that's why I sued them, because I did not consent to being here. Like, I was unaware that I was going to have to grow up and get a job to support myself, and I just didn't consent to that. They didn't try to contact me in any way before I was born to see if I actually wanted to be here, and that's why I sued them. Now, it's different. Like, I know I've said it's, like, unethical to have children before, but it's different when you adopt, because it's not my fault that they're here. I'm just trying to be a good person and, like, help them out. You know what I mean?
She really sued her
So, yeah,
parents.
if you are pregnant right now,
And she won.
you need to go. You need to hire a psychic medium and ask your child if they actually want to be here. But keep in mind, if they don't, you need to terminate. Otherwise, they will sue you, because I'm making that my life mission, to teach children to sue their parents so they don't have to work. But yes, that I do have children, but I adopted them, so I had them in, like, an ethical way.
Surely that's got to be one of those parody piss take accounts. It has to be.
It's not.
It can't be. It can't be.
It is, mate.
That was out of bounds. That was out of bounds.
It can't be. Her parents.
Nah, no way. How can that stand up in a court of law? Impossible.
Have a look it up,
Tell us,
everyone.
how that can't stand up in a court of law?
I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, America's a different world to everywhere else, but I wouldn't.
She didn't want to work. You put her here and now she has to work. That was the whole argument. I didn't want to work.
The defendants are the parents, and the plaintiff is the tab hole.
And she still lives at home with her mum and dad.
I don't like what I don't. How like that has to be one of those parody piss take accounts. It's got to be.
It's not.
It has to be.
We're going to look it up. I'm telling you, there was a girl who bloody sued her parents.
Stand by.
We're standing by. He's gonna. Have you got the legal handbook?
Where are we?
Oh, we're gonna have a look.
Ring up one of your bloody judge mates there.
Woman who
sues parents.
her parents because she didn't want to work.
No, get born.
Because she was born. Woman claims to have sued her parents after they get 2023.
Is her name Cass Diaz?
I'm not sure.
Might have been.
Said a TikTok creator.
Yeah, that was off TikTok.
Yeah.
That has to be her. Mum goes viral by suing parents for having her without consent.
This is on the 26th of May 2023.
So it's very recent.
Forget about Carlton.
We did.
Pack it up.
Fucking hell.
Forget about Carlton, mate.
I'm telling you, the world's gone mad, mate.
Fuck me.
It happened.
Wow. It actually did happen.
Yep.
So she was dead serious.
She was serious. That's why, because what happened was,
what are we
she
doing?
put out a TikTok that she went shopping for her kids, right? And then they're saying to her, how can you have kids? And then she had to put another TikTok saying, oh, they're adopted, I'm different. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Imagine that.
What are we doing?
I just want to there has never been, right, a kid who sued their Italian parents. They know
they'd be dead before they got to court.
Yeah, go sue them. And then call the ambulance straight after.
Exactly.
Call them. Hey, listen, I just called this one here. You got to start young, mate. Like, I called this one Settle and Art. which means you're ruined.
You're ruined.
From an early age.
Rovanato.
Rovanato, mate, from an early age. It's over.
Look at him. Oh, good on him.
He's done, mate.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome.
No, I'm saying he's done.
Yeah.
I can see him. No money. Lost his house.
Gave her half.
He gave her half. He given her everything.
Give her 80%.
All right, this one here. I don't know what this one is. Oh, everyone loves a new sport, eh?
We do.
Yeah, this
What
one's
is that?
called tech ball. Have you seen this?
Oh, is this like the table tennis soccer?
Yeah.
Oh, I can see it
Let's
there.
have
Yeah,
a
here we
look.
go. What is this? Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
They header it. Yeah.
No, anything.
Oh, they kick as well.
Anything, yeah.
Look at this.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's impressive.
Jeez, the bird in the fluoro, the bird in the fluoro greens.
Una bella ragazza.
She's got techers too.
Look at this. Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
he's missed it. You've even got the beach one.
Oh, fuck! How they kept that in? It's tough.
impressive.
That's a tough.
How good's that?
that's very
That'd be tough to
impressive.
play.
Yeah.
Very tough to play.
Fucking tough, man.
Good stuff, Rob.
We should get some of
Well done, Rock.
some of them.
I think you've got the biggest mucker cuts out with that lady.
That one's rattled me a bit.
I've heard about it before, but when I saw
I need
it,
to
I
look
go,
into it more. It kind of looks like it's true, but I need to make sure it is because it's that's just
that's the Kramer.
There's something
He
not
sued
right
for
there.
the coffee being too hot. Or,
Oh yeah. Who told you to put the balm? Did I tell you to put the balm?
the world gets more grey by the day.
It does.
you know who you're not going to sue?
Who are you not going to sue?
Schnitz.
Schnitz.
Wow.
Schnitzel, chips and salad.
Chips and salad.
Hey?
Huh?
The Three Musketeers.
We saw
of
Gokad the
Deliciousness.
other night. He was
Yes,
like
he was
to the
there
right of
waving
us,
He was
waving,
right
and
in front
then
of us. Yeah, yes.
yeah.
But this is our one, mate. This is the
This is
one.
the special.
Mediterránea.
Yes.
Mediterránea.
15,
Salad that
50.
takes your taste buds on a vacation.
Wow, that's a bargain.
I'm telling you, it's a
15,
bargain.
50
And
plus.
you get such,
tell you what,
such a
17%
meal.
off or 25% off if you're
25.
You pick that up in London, you're paying minimum $30.
Yeah.
You are? Laugh? Yeah, laugh. Laugh.
Laugh, go laugh.
Keep
laugh.
laughing. Laugh.
I'm telling you, it's a bargain. And you know, handcrafted schnitzel.
Wow.
I feel like I'm going
Fried.
back.
Fried.
I'm going back to my World Cup coverage of SEN. Isn't it amazing? Schnitz sponsored the World
Yes,
Cup for
they did
SEN,
too.
and I continued to read that out every single time I was
Yeah,
on
they
air.
did
And
too.
now here we are.
You manifested it.
Here we are.
Mate, he's such a legend, man. He's come
Schnitz,
on board.
handcrafted
Get your
schnitzels.
25%
Yeah,
off.
thank you very much.
100%. All right, listen. Paul loves this segment.
Ooh. I think I'm going to upset a few people here, but it's just my opinion.
That's the only opinion you can give, mate. Your opinion. Paul's call.
All right, club's cooked. Club is cooked. Absolutely cooked. Done. Like everything is done. No matter what we do, no matter what we say, no matter what positional change we make, no matter what changes we make to the list, no matter what changes we make to sponsorships, nothing is going to change. Because just think about it, right? Just think about it. What have we done for the last 10 years? We've changed everything and anything. What hasn't changed at the club from a football club perspective? Name me one thing that hasn't, outside of the on-field results, which haven't improved. Name me one thing that's remained a constant at all with the football club.
The playing group?
The board.
No, not even that, because it's a different playing group every year.
What, the board and all that?
Has it?
No,
Different
it kinda
people.
changed.
No, it hasn't changed. So what do you ask?
Yeah, I'm saying name something that has not changed.
Has not changed.
That has not changed at the club.
All right.
You can't think of it, right? So things have changed at the football club. We've put in different people.
Yep.
in different places to try and come up with better results. Nothing's worked. Nothing has worked for 25 years, right? The burden that these guys have is not what they've done, because it's different people 20 years ago. People say, oh, the club's, it's a 30-year failure, which it is, but these people are not 30-year failures, if that makes sense, right? Which alludes to what you were saying earlier, that it is a deep-seated problem that cannot be solved with picking out one department and a handful of people and continually changing them and putting in different people. Because we have tarnished how many legacies and how many employees have we tarnished for the last 20 years, right? Nick Austin, brilliant list manager at the Western Bulldogs, brilliant list manager at Richmond. Premierships at Richmond, they won a flag with the list that he set up for them, right? He was part of it. Then you look at, you look at other, Brian Cook, one of the best CEOs in AFL history, comes to Carlton.
We haven't tarnished him yet.
Yeah, I know, but now it's what happened 3 weeks ago? Everyone's coming for him now.
Yeah.
Luke Sayers again, businessman, whatever. Now he's being tarnished. Then you look back at all the players that we've gone through. We've changed the list. We've changed the list. We've changed the coaches. We've changed the CEO. We've changed the players. We've changed the strength and conditioning teams. We've changed sponsors. What's changed on field? Nothing. Nothing. So what do you do in that situation?
Well, this is the same question we asked before.
This group of players, this group of coaches, this board, these people at the club now will not get us to the next premiership. Because those people who are there right now are not going to be the people there. It's going to be different people next year, because people are going to be moved on. And are we going to win the flag next year? Be honest. No. Do you think we can win the premiership next year?
Not
with what's going on right now, right? Okay. I believe this core group of players, the senior players, are done. They're not going to get any better, and they're not going to improve. Even if they do play a final or two, they're not going to get there, because what they've done is they've set up 5 to 8 years. All their pressure tendencies, everything that they're going to do as a footballer is done and set. 27, 28, 29-year-olds aren't going to get. You're only going to get maybe 5% out of them, and it's going to come from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 players. But again, what am I picking out? One thing, players. And what have we been conditioned to do, right, over the last 20 years? What do we do as fans? All we do is pick out individuals, right? All I saw on Twitter this week, the only thing I saw, right, and this is where, and our fans, right, people say our fan base is the best. I completely disagree. I completely disagree. You get what you deserve, right? You get the leaders you deserve, right? And people say, oh, that only happens in a democracy. But we still do have influence, right? We can get coaches sacked, we can get players, whatever, right? Having said that, all I saw on Twitter this week, the only thing I saw was Paddy Dow. That's all I saw. That's all I saw. Like Paddy Dow is going to solve deep-seated cultural issues at the club, and this is the problem. The football club, and it is by no fault of the people currently there, but what's been passed on to them is ignore the problem, which is the whole club, and condition yourself to focus on individuals, right? Because that's all we've done. What do? You're bored. What do you do? Maybe you might be players one week, you might be CEO the other week, you might be... What do? I'm 1, 2, 3, and then I thought about it. I'm like,
concentrating on one thing.
Everyone's just like, Dow. What's Dow going to do? You winning the Dow argument, what does that do for you as a supporter? Honestly, tell me now.
The same people that want Dow in are the same people that when he plays 3 weeks and he has 19
but
possessions.
But it's a moot point. The Dow, all that stuff that we argue about and talk about are all moot points.
Yeah, we're
right?
distracted.
They do nothing to help the club move to get to the next premiership, because all you're trying to do is prove that you're right for one selection. One minuscule selection for a guy, and this is not ripping Paddy Dow. I'm not doing that. I'm talking about
example
as a fan base. And I blame myself for this. I'm not saying that it's not about being a bad person. We don't question the right things because we haven't looked at it. We haven't looked at it holistically.
No,
I can tell you now, there is not one Carlton member and not one fan watching this show now that has blamed themselves for the predicament at the club. Not one. Not one. And people go, oh, yeah, but we rock up. It's only half your duty. That is only half your duty. The next half is to fucking make noise at the ground. We haven't made noise at the ground this year, and don't bullshit me and say that we have, because the energy before games, and people go, oh no, it's up to the players. No. We're supposed to be the ones too, yeah? It's not just up to them, it's up to us. The energy at the games has been poor all year. I'm telling you now, it's been shocking all year. The build-up to the game against Melbourne was terrible. And people say, oh, it's on the players. Yeah, it is on the players too sometimes, but we haven't been loud at all this year. The pre-game all year.
No.
Tell me, how electric has it been?
No, well, I've always said that I find it very, very.
I'm telling you now. This is the problem as well. We haven't solved this issue as well. And those flags, those 16 premierships, stick them up your ass, because none of them fucking at the club deserve it. And the problem is that all the people at the club at the moment, all they do now, and it's the same cycle, focus on individuals, leech off that, and just continue the same cycle. The same cycle just continues to happen and happen. The only way this is going to be solved, this is going to take 10 years to solve.
It's not an easy fix.
Because because it's 20 years. It's not this group. It's not this people. It's not the people at the club right now. It's not that. They could bring in Damien Hardwick tomorrow. In 2 seasons, he'd be gone.
Well, they've done it to other coaches.
Voss, another legacy tarnished. It's already been tarnished, right? That's the issue. There has to, for mine, that club has to go through. Honestly, they need to nuke the joint. And no, I'm telling you, when I look back at what we did in 2015, that wasn't a rebuild. It was a list change up.
Yep.
It wasn't a proper cultural, hit the factory reset button, start everything again.
All right, but you say all that, and
hear me out.
Yep.
When everything goes, everything has to go. CEO, president, board, players, coaches. But the problem is you can't do it in one season. To rectify what we've done now, to clean everything out without destroying and handing in the keys of the club, it needs to be done over 2 to 3 seasons. We need to become a new club, like GWS. I'm talking from year one like that. Everything needs to be stripped back, because if we continue to go down this path, the same thing is just going to happen. We've done what we think is going to be the right thing. Change the list, we've done that, hasn't worked. Change the coaches, done that, hasn't worked. Change the CEO, done that, hasn't worked. Change the board, we've done that, it hasn't worked. None of it has worked, because all we do is focus on one group or one set of individuals year in, year out. We change that, but the core problem, that deep-seated problem, hasn't been figured out yet, because no one knows what it is. You've got to start. They have to start again. I'm telling you, because we're just going to be in this constant loop.
We will, and that's
we are going to be in this constant loop. They have to do it. And look how everything is at the moment, right? No visions align. You've got a 5-year plan, yeah? 5-year plan. Michael Voss is contracted for 3. Yep. Brian Cook is contracted for 3. Luke Sayes is going to be there till the end of nothing aligns.
No. Yeah.
So when nothing aligns, what do? You've got to blow it all up. I'm telling you now, mate, they are cooked for a decade. And until they realise that, until everyone realises that and actually blows it up and does it again, because this Carlton that we think we're trying to build up into is not going to amount to anything. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm telling you now, it's not.
But the one thing now, I'm going to ask you a question, right? I agree with you, because there's this, I use that word, but there's this rot in the whole club.
The players are toxic, mate.
It smells.
The players are toxic because they've been allowed to be made toxic.
But now that you say all that, first of all, you're saying
it's an easy thing to say.
Right, and you're saying, let's get rid of everyone, we're going to stay. All right, I understand. We need a whole new thing, but you've got to start somewhere, right? You've got to start at one spot, right? So when you eat yourself a sandwich, you don't stuff it all in your mouth, you take a bite.
Yeah.
One bite.
Correct.
That first bite. Yep. What is it? That's what we've got to work out. Where do we start? We need to start somewhere, and then we can work from there.
You know, I'm saying the problem is we've taken too many single bites. We need a new sandwich.
But you can't.
So at the end of this season,
you can't just get rid of everything. Move? That's right. There has to be. All right. Whatever the movie is right. There has to be a first step.
For me, the first step has to be 8 to 12 players cleared out.
Okay.
That's the first step. The second step for me is I think there has to be an executive management clean out, and there has to be a clean out of coaches.
See, I disagree.
No, I don't.
I think the first step, forget about your plays and that, because now you're just going back to what you started with. Like, all you're doing is you're just getting rid of some plays.
But it's got to be a 2 to 3 year process.
I understand. So that's where the first step, to me, it goes to the top, to the very, very top. We know where the cancer is, right? It's these people, because if you say what hasn't changed, I'm telling you, the top end hasn't changed. It never has. Those big boys.
There's the issue again.
There's the top end that is the board that you think are actually the ones pulling the strings, and then there's something above them.
All right. Now, they're the ones, and we don't know much about it, right?
But you know it's there.
Right. They're the constant. Always. They're always there.
Who is it, though?
Like, you know, it's the Mathersons, it's the Pratts, it's the Kerrs, it's all of them.
So get rid of them all then.
Well, I don't know if to get rid of them all, but that's the issue here.
How? Is it?
Well, it has to be. They're the constant. If you change everything else, but the one thing that's always there, right, is always there, and we're always in the same position, we have to start pointing at there and going, wait a sec. Why is this happening?
Do you know what's interesting? Some of the players now, say Cripps, for example, he's past 25. Like, we think things are dysfunctional. What do you think they're watching?
Oh,
it's a horror show.
What do you think they're watching?
And they're in it.
Correct. They're part of the problem, but they probably see all of it because
100%.
they get used as like a puppet.
100%.
And that's why I'm saying they need to press the nuke button. I'm telling you, mate, it has to happen.
Yeah, I know the
because
nuke button, but
this current Carlton is not.
No, it's not going to go anywhere.
There has to be a new Carlton, and they've
destroyed the fabric of the club.
The people at the club there at the moment, some notice it, but some don't, and that's a very, very dangerous path to be on. We're in a constant loop and a cycle, and we're just going to do the same thing. We're just going to do the same thing.
I think it's possible to make it right with those that are there, only if they are willing to all be honest.
But doesn't it?
Which I don't trust that they are.
So you've got to blow it up. I'm telling you got to blow it up.
But that's got to be
telling you now.
That means someone's got to be accountable.
Mate, I'll keep coming back to the leaders.
How do you blow it up?
It's a 2 to 3 season process.
Yeah, but how?
You start with the list because that's easy. It's easy to cull 8 to 12 players.
I don't reckon the list is a start because who's controlling getting?
It's easy to cull 8 to 12 players.
It could be.
That's the start.
It could be because you bring fresh.
You've got to bring in new energy there. You've got to bring
them in.
You've got to bring in new people who haven't been part of it.
He's been look.
You have to bring in new people.
All right, but as Nick Austin got full control of everything
as a list manager, of course he would.
Of course he does.
Maybe he hasn't.
Nah, surely he has.
No, but you saying.
But if that's the case. Blow it up.
All right. Did Silvani have full control?
No.
Why has Nick Austin got full control and Silvani?
Well, there's different people there now.
I think last year was the time where we started putting those pillars in place with proper governance.
I'm telling you now, it's got to be blown up over 2 to 3 seasons, mate. I'm telling you now.
I agree that there's got to be a
let me tell you, the moment you have people saying we are good enough and we're not good enough inside the club and outside the club, nuke.
I still think there has to be, I'm telling you, there's got to be somebody there, 1 or 2 people that have to lead the charge.
Yeah, people who have not been there for the last 5 to 8 years.
But I'm saying they're the ones who got to lead the charge. I'm telling you, everyone's running around like headless chooks. That's all they're doing.
Cover for past mistakes and make up for past mistakes.
There are only a handful of people I trust at the club because they haven't.
I'll give you an example.
They haven't been part of the bull crap and haven't been able to be infected as much as all the others have. Nick Austin, right? Brian Cook.
But it won't be long before they get infected too.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying you've got to blow it up.
All right. But you need someone to get in there and do that.
Well, who's going to do it?
Well, I don't know, but I'll give you an example. Elon Musk. Like Elon Musk gets into, what was it, Twitter that he bought?
Blew the whole joint up.
Practically. But he comes in there and he starts like, what, this is the way it's got to be. He showed the way, you know what I mean? Like
every club, right, every organisation has one centrepiece leading them. Who is that for us?
Good luck. Good luck answering
This
that.
is the problem.
Thank you. We've got 20 middle managers who don't know how to lead. We don't have that one pinnacle like Geelong, right? They had that one pinnacle. I think for me last season, it was Joel Selwood.
Yes.
They had their one North Star. He's the man that leads everything and leads the way, right? There was an on-field person.
But with Geelong, that started years ago.
I know.
It started years... Sorry, it started years ago to build it to where they are now, you know what I mean? Like, if we want to be like that, that's where we got to start. We're going to start there and get to that level. Like, don't think we're going to get to that level next year or whatever.
Hey,
but to me, man, I'm telling you, the leaders are the people who lead the club from the front, mate. And we can't even name who those leaders are.
That's what I'm saying. It's got, mate, you've got to...
But you just can't get rid of everything.
Yeah, you can.
You can't.
You can.
But then who's going to lead?
You find people.
But all right, why don't we find them now then?
I think a few of them are there.
I think we'd start at the top. I'm telling you, there's got to be some fucking. I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't know.
That's the thing. If you don't know what the problem is, you've got to blow it up.
Well, we've said this.
Then you have an excuse again.
No, you don't. No, it's not an excuse.
Yeah,
and if people say, "Oh, you're rebuilding again," go, no. This is not a rebuild. It's not about rebuilds.
But you're still going to get the right people in there.
I know you do.
You're still going to have the same trauma with the fans. But you're still.
But
we might
have people there that are the right people.
Maybe.
We've got good list.
But there's
got a good list
someone
manager
ruining,
there.
or there's a group of people ruining everything.
It's the Carlton Football Club that's ruining it.
Yeah.
Right.
The deep-seated issue
from the inside.
So who are they? It's people. You know that.
Is it people?
Well, it can't be anything else. Because if you had the right leaders, if they saw there was something wrong, they would change it.
What a fascinating documentation of human history.
I'm telling you,
it's
and you know what the problem is?
Got to be
I can't believe we're talking about this shit.
Yeah.
What is the problem? Like a bunch of people say, "What is the problem? Who is the?"
Going back to that 5-year plan, and I'll wrap this up right now. It's easy to say, "I want to do this," or "I want to be this," right? What have they failed to do in the last 2 seasons with the premiership? They say, "Oh, we want premierships." They have failed to show us how they're going to get there.
Yeah, of course.
Have they actually come out and showed us the pathway?
No, they haven't.
This is how we're going to get there. This is how we want to get there. This is what we're going to do to get there. It's like, and I made this comparison. I can say, I want to be an astronaut and Prime Minister in 20 years.
Well, how am I going to get that?
I could say that now.
Of course.
Right? I've got 20 years to figure it out. And then when year 18 comes and you're like, oh, astronaut, Prime Minister, like what's... And then you show them what you've done. I only studied a quarter of the course and I haven't become an MP yet. Well, hang on a minute. What have you done for 18, 19 years?
Yep.
And this is the problem. It's like, well, you say you want to do this in 5 years. What have you done for 2, 3, 4 years? You haven't they're not showing us because they know they're not going to get there. That's why. If you truly know, you'll go up to people and say, "Fuck, look what I've done. This is what we're doing to get to the premiership." If you truly, but look, that's what Hawthorn have done. Stripped it all back. All these new people in, new board, new coaches, new players, new everything. Everything's new there.
But there was still someone leading the way, or people leading the way.
Yeah, correct. I know that. I know that.
Get these people somehow. Who are they? I don't know. How we're going to get them? I don't know.
You're
but
asking
seriously,
people to be accountable who have not been accountable to this point.
Yes.
Yep.
We've got to get them.
Who are they?
I don't know.
Probably hiding in plain sight. I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know, but I don't know.
My call is the whole joint needs to be nuked. That's my call.
The club's too big for everyone involved.
Well, it's got to stop then.
It's too big.
It's got to stop.
The beauty and the curse is the Carlton Football Club.
I know.
It's too big for everyone. It's grown to this thing, and it's too much for them.
Well, you know. Well, he's right.
I'll tell you what broke
You know
me.
what can do this?
What?
The supporters. Because as big as a club is, they're not bigger than 80,000 supporters, members.
Okay. But what does that mean?
Well, that means, and it's hard to do,
our influence is bigger than...
we have to stand up.
In what way?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just giving you, like, I don't know what we have to do. For example, Do we boycott the games completely?
No, it's everyone
Or
has
do we-
the whole fan base has
Do
to
we do
unite.
something that...
Mate,
I don't know what it is, but what I'm saying is that our biggest asset, right, apart from the monogram, is the 88,000 people. If we stand as one, can anyone beat us?
No. But the thing is that my problem is with us is that we're all fragmented into.
I
different
understand.
We're not unified. We are not unified as a fan base asking the right questions and having the right motivations to want to get us to the next premiership and beyond. Our issue, and what I said during the week and what I've said today, is that our issue is we've zoomed so far in that we've completely lost sight of what the bigger picture is.
Yes.
But, Dow.
And
Come on, man.
This is supporters clinging on to little things.
But
you know
that's
what
the
I mean?
problem, and this is the issue
But
with
I
the
don't
club.
even blame the supporters, but they have to be led too. Like, what are they going to
Supporters
do?
need to be led as well.
Like, they're looking for someone.
I know.
They kind of look to us sometimes. Like,
Sure.
what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
That's
what are
the
we going to
burden
do?
that I was telling you.
And we're trying to do
it's getting
something.
real now.
And again, we can't be saying like, oh, well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to challenge the ball. We're going to sit there. And,
That's not gonna do anything.
That's irresponsible.
That's not gonna do anything.
That's irresponsible. So we're trying to like.
You have players, fans, and administrators.
Yeah.
They've all got to be in sync.
Of course.
It's
The
not.
role
But
of
who's going to put them in sync?
Well,
That's the issue.
well, you have leaders within each.
Right. So we need leaders there.
We have leaders on field.
need
We
leaders
need
there.
leaders off field, and we need leaders in the fan base.
And at the moment,
I told you, mate.
We've probably got
what's the
leaders
one,
nowhere.
What is the one thing us as fans have not done? Blame ourselves for the predicament.
yeah, I know. And look,
I honestly, I blame myself for
I
where the
do
club is
too.
at.
I blame myself a lot of times.
It's my fault Carlton is like this.
But we got to, as I said, man, we need people to lead us. I'm telling you, most people are followers. They're not leaders.
course.
They need people to lead them. And we haven't got that. We need to get those people in. How do we do that? Who are they? I haven't got those answers.
Yeah.
But these are the things we have to work out.
Yeah.
Seriously, like you're right, it's a massive issue, this. It's massive. It's deep, this.
Club don't open up to the fans and keep it real with us. They're like scared of us.
But if you had someone who was there, who was a leader, and then go, right, this is what we're doing.
Yep.
Right? It could all change.
I mean, if the clubs and players are scared of us, what happens when a guy on the field is like 6'6", calls you an MF or a CUNT,
But I don't
and
think-
comes at you? What are you going to do?
No, but I don't think players are scared of us individually.
Oh no, I know what you mean.
But they should be scared of
the crowd.
us as one.
Yeah.
Who represents the fans at the club?
Well, now,
No one.
right, this is my point, and I asked this question a couple of weeks ago, and I pose it again. I'll fucking write them another email, right, and I'll tell them. I want someone representing the fans.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's board level, I don't know where it is, but we need someone in there, right? We want them to be our voice, right?
Someone who can understand
100%.
both, like
100%.
convey
What
the
is
message. You know?
100% and 100%. We need, and we haven't got that.
Yep.
And that's where your disconnect is.
Yep.
And I said it, and I'll say it again. We need someone in there. Now I'm not saying I don't want someone into the meetings or whatever, but we need someone where we've got a connection between fans and club. At the moment, we feel connected because we make it connected.
Yep.
But if it's up to the Carlton Football Club, I'm telling you, we don't feel
There's no
connected
trust.
at all. Nothing. Zero. We don't trust anything they do, because anytime they make a mistake, we all attack them.
Yep.
Right? So we need that, and that's that's one thing that we can do. We can demand to have someone on there, and this is where we get our rights to vote, and we get our rights that we can do something. And maybe that is a start we can start with. I mean, we've got to find a place to start.
Yep.
Yep.
But it starts with communication.
It starts with nuking it.
Who's dropping the nuke?
Yeah.
Me.
Okay, but how do you drop the nuke?
I said, like, it's got to be over 2 to 3 seasons.
Yeah, I know, but it's not going to happen.
Because the nuke just doesn't blow everything up in one go.
In Australia,
it ripples
to
out.
sack people like that in this country.
I'm telling you, those influences of those
May they
people,
used
man.
an external review for 12 weeks to make up a reason why they got rid of David Teague.
Yeah.
Or someone's
That's
going to
right.
come in and just sack everyone.
That's right. And you know what's going to happen? There's going to be another review.
Another review's
soon.
coming.
It's coming, mate.
Independent.
It's coming.
External.
It's coming.
Rubbish.
And then you know what they're going to do?
One of those-
Take none of the recommendations from the review.
Absolute rubbish.
Anyway,
And then one of
listen.
those people on the independent committee will be a board
Telling
member in 5 years.
That's right.
Telling you
That's
now,
right.
we're
And
gonna
that's the
be-
problem.
We
And
are
that's
going
the
to
problem.
be in this predicament for the next decade.
All right, listen.
I'll give you the tip.
We've got to end this.
We do, unfortunately.
Yeah, let's nuke the show.
Now, well, what we're going to do is, first of all, thanks to everyone, Instagram, TikTok, we go to all the bloody Snits, Merino Brothers, Top Dog Liquor, everything, the whole lot is
all of you.
Thank you
Watch
very
all
much.
the
All of you.
shows and all that.
Thank you.
We're going to quickly have a look at this because Bangkok Joe is part of Blue
Yeah,
Abroad, so
on
we
your
always
Bangkok
do a
Joe.
little bit of a thing, and it's sponsored by Retired Working for You.
Yep.
So
Thank
we
you.
are going to show you a clip of this.
Hello, Jumper Punch viewers. This is Bangkok Joe coming to you from Bangkok. Hey, as the guys on the Jumper Punch have told you, I run tours here in Bangkok. Today, my partner Chris is going to go through the first 2 days of the Bangkok tour. Keep watching, we'll show them every week, and go Blues!
So you want to come to Thailand, eh? Well, in this video, I'm going to detail my 3 favorite one-week itineraries in the whole country. One of them's up north, one in the middle, and one of them is down south. Let's get into it. First up, Bangkok. And what does the perfect week in Bangkok look like? Day 1. You arrive, you come into Suvarnabhumi, you feel that wall of heat, you head up to a rooftop bar, take in the sheer size and vastness of the great city. Do this on night number 1. Look out over the city because you're gonna conquer that city over the next 7 days with everything that I'm about to tell you. When you get up to this height, you start to see just how big this city is on both sides of the Chao Phraya River. Then after the sun sets, go back down to street level. We're gonna take you to Soi 11. It might be a little bit touristy, but it's the epitome of what Bangkok should offer you on your first night. Some wild little street side bars, some good street food, motorbike zipping up and down the street. Get right into the action on night number 1. Go back to the hotel, rest up, because day 2, we're gonna hop on one of these canal taxis. These things are an awesome way to get around Bangkok. They run up and down the canals. They totally beat all the traffic, and the traffic is back, believe me. Oh, this is my stop. So these things are an amazing way to get around. Be careful hopping on and hopping off. Experience that madness, and then head down to the Jim Thompson Museum for a quick little history lesson. Then we're gonna go to my favorite lunch spot in all of Thailand, the Ruam Sab Market, and you're gonna eat the famous pad krapao that you've seen me eat since I started this channel. It's my favorite lunch spot in all of Thailand, and yes, it's pad krapao lady. So what they cap? Yes, this is the lady who cooked the pad krapao that I put into space. And no retired working for you itinerary in Bangkok would be complete without visiting Pad Krapao lady and tasting up her goodness. Just order a space krapao. This market's the perfect place to have your first Thai lunch because you're not just gonna eat the Pad Krapao. We're gonna set up a buffet, a smorgasbord of tons of different Thai food for all of you who are gonna be there. I'm gonna show you how to buy this much food for under $10 right here in Bangkok. And you can find out what you like, find out what you don't like, and it's gonna set you right up for the rest of the week. And I guarantee you, you're gonna find something you've never tried before that you're gonna be asking for the rest of the week. Ooh, where can I get that? Or ooh, where can I get this? So Ruam Sab Market for lunch, gonna be awesome.
All right, there you go, Bangkok Joe, mate. So
Joe
make sure you
Lutzer.
contact them because they will
On your
show you the
Lutzer.
tours.
On your
All
Lutzer.
right, we've got a couple of viewers here.
All right, yep, audience. Oh, we've got the comments. I forgot about these.
Hey, you gotta
Two
get back
Oh,
weeks.
let's go. First one.
Yep, let's
this
go.
is from the Dominator.
The Dominator 7. The Galloping Cranium. What a legend. Good stuff.
Yeah, so that was talking about Mil
Mil Hannah, yep, the
last
interview.
week.
Yeah,
What about
very
this
good.
one here?
This segment with the legends is my absolute favourite. Those were the days, my friends. I thought they'd never end. I fell in love with the Baggers and blah, blah. Here we are now.
And that's from Lana.
Love it. Yep.
Angel.
Big fan of the channel, big fan of the show, big fan of everything.
What about this one? Troy Blues.
Troy Blues. In my opinion, this has been the best JP show I've seen, and I think Jad should be a regular. He thinks exactly how I think about this club.
Love that.
There you go. Might get Jad on next week.
He's a star.
Yeah, Jad's going to be a more regular.
He's ready.
Dan Cowser. Too right, it's a truckload more than a game. Says treats the club like a profit and loss statement, but forgets about the key metric, ... winning. Yeah, well.
Yeah, that's true. What about this one?
A lot of it. The Italian commentary was bloody hilarious. Almost pissed my pants. I played it super loud on my showroom speakers. Oh, that was from last week.
Last week.
He's a big wog, Chicho.
Yeah, Chicho's
clearly.
Chicho. He played on the loudspeaker. You're famous.
Hear it from here. Blackie 75. That's a lovely flowing head of hair on young Rocco there.
Ah, little Dylan.
Wow.
Hey.
Wow.
But just remember, I had hair like that too.
Time.
Key word. Had.
How about this one here?
Was, yeah.
Jimmy.
We are the customers. Maybe a report to Consumer Affairs will get their product right. Call up the ACCC.
It's faulty.
It's faulty.
It doesn't work. I've been shaking it.
Let's finish off with this one.
Love the passion, guys. Tough times for the Blues. That's from
that's a good
Dalmaroton.
Dalmaroton.
9566.
And that's it, fellas. Done a big show. It's gone overtime. I hope everyone stayed. If you stayed, these are crazy. These are nuts, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks to Paolo for coming back. Thanks to Terry.
Hopefully,
thanks for having me.
Hopefully, I'm a good luck charm this week.
Man.
We need a few good luck charms.
Yeah.
No, we're going to win this week after all that.
Well, you tipped us. You tipped Essendon.
Deep inside, but
no, this is it. Whatever happens for the rest of the year, it is what it is. Just win this week. And then we start something from there and the Kool-Aid comes out.
All it takes is one win and then we can move on to the next step. You know what I mean? So hopefully everyone's enjoyed that. And let's finish off as always.
Go Blues.
Go Blues.
You won't be remembered for the money that you make. Or you won't even be remembered. The businesses you build, they won't last. The customers that you serve, they're going to die as well. The haters that you have, their opinions will die with them. The lovers that you have, their opinions will die with them. So there's nothing to accomplish beyond yourself means that your focus in life should be to develop and enjoy existence. How many people can say that they enjoy existence? True. Very few. That to me, my brother, is success. Ultimate success.